Certifies, FBA Friday. I'm in the building. What you have on your left is Team Mayo. What you got on your right is Team Mayo. But it seemed like Mayo and Mayo got a problem. They got an ICE problem. They got a violent problem. And FBA been telling everybody. But guess what we doing while they doing that? Guess what we doing while they doing that, family? Why they doing that right there? Foundational Black Americans are doing that right there. Because this is a W problem, and we gonna FBA our way out. Deal with it. FBA Friday, we in the house. Free Huey.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's FBA certified season. And what the certified's doing right now? Nothing. Getting to the money. Letting everybody know that it's a roll call. And I need to see where all my beautiful foundational Black Americans are at. Y'all know we the most loved. We the most hated because we the ones out here regulating. So what they gonna do about it? I got a good answer for you. Not a damn thing. But watch us. Remember that. Roll call, FBA, let's go. Colorado's in the house. California in the house. Kalamazoo, Michigan is in the house. I see the 804, Richmond, Virginia's in the house. Charlotte's in the house. Minneapolis is in the building. I see you, Minneapolis. Stand down. I already know you are because you were certified. Where you popping your popcorn at, family? Where are you popping your popcorn? I need to know who else we got in this damn building tonight, family. I see Nevada's in the building. Boston is in the building. Shout out to Boston. Much love and respect. GA, Nebraska, Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis, Oklahoma, Albuquerque, Texas is in the building. North Carolina again. 786-215-317. Memphis, the 404, Atlanta, back to back. Michigan in here. Minneapolis again. Bronx is in here. Philly, St. Louis is in here. LA is in the building. Memphis is in the building. I see Norfolk, Virginia in the building. I see the 954. Denver's in the place. Arizona's in the place. Staten Island in the place. Maryland in the place. Brooklyn in the place. 504, 585, KC Mo. Here it is. Here we go. Let's rock. It's on and popping, y'all. Woo! Got to love it. Family, it feel good to be foundational Black Americans because we can just sit back and watch the show. Watch it, fam. America is Netflix, and we sitting there popping popcorn, enjoying the damn program, y'all, because there wouldn't be no program without us. Just look at it this way, y'all. We created America, and now we can watch America, the TV show. And we don't have to get involved because none of this is our problem. Illegal immigrants, not a foundational Black American problem. Not our fight, stand down. Deportation, not our fight, stand down. Democrat, liberal, conservative, Mayo, Miracle Whip, Taco, Burrito, Jollof. None of that is our problem. Stand down. And that's exactly what we're doing. Y'all seen what ended up going on out there in Minneapolis, Minnesota, family? Let me tell everybody this, okay? They're trying to run with this whole new thing where they're trying to say this is some type of George Floyd 2.0. Family, let's make this clear. FBA ain't ever been behind no cars trying to run down no damn agents. Y'all see what they doing? Look at this. Look at this. George Floyd 2.0. No, that ain't gonna work. That ain't get off the ground. Look at this. Y'all remember Jermell Hill? Look at that. ICE kills Minneapolis woman. Is this another George Floyd moment? Hell no, it ain't no damn George Floyd moment. I'm gonna tell you why it ain't no George Floyd moment. Because when foundational Black Americans tell everybody that we ain't involved in none of your problems, and you still have those problems, then you need to go solve those problems, fam. The chickens done came home to roost. Chickens done came home to hang out. Chickens done came home to stay. We done ran out of different slurs and statements or whatever. Fam, let me tell you something. The chickens done came home to do everything, and these folks still fighting. But what's the old adage with Black America? I know everybody's mad at Black America, okay? I know we got a hell of a lot of people tuned in. I know you're watching us right now. I know you're watching us. I know you pretend that you're so upset with us, but in reality, it's just jealousy because you're not us. But let me tell you, Black Americans, we've always had this phrase, y'all. It's when you see them folks fighting, your ass stay out of it and you're going the other direction. See, in their direction, it's upset, anger, confusion, degeneracy. In ours, we just walking straight to the bank. So understand this, y'all. This woman was out there and she was acting like the government says a terrorist. Fam, she was behind the car. She hit the damn pedal. We ain't never been behind no damn steering wheel with a foot on the pedal with a federal agent in front. You're not going to tie this in to Black Americans. I know you always need to pull us in. You want to pull us in. You got comfortable pulling us in. You can't pull Black Americans into anything because we're not going to allow it. That's on you. Y'all got to deal with this. Fix your own community up, fam. The same way we tell tethers, fix their homelands. These folks need a fixed Mayo land. But none of this has anything to do with foundationals, fam. Didn't we predict this was going to happen? Didn't we say this, fam? What do you got? The situation that happened with Donald Trump in the summer of 2024. You got the Charlie Kirk situation. Now you got these ICE agents out here doing all that rat-a-tat-tat on these folks, right? Okay, now, let me tell you what Black Americans was doing the whole damn time. Focus, yup. Standing on business, yup. Standing on our square and ain't going nowhere. Did y'all see Jasmine Crockett? Oh, let's go there, fam. Black Alpha exclusive. Why did Jasmine Crockett go out there and she started crying, y'all? She said, how can you do this to a woman? How dare you? Watch the way that these people got all these tears for a bunch of W's and illegals, but you ain't never see them have no tears for no Black American. Watch this, family.
Woman was killed. She was shot in her head, and y'all are pretending like nothing happened. I remember when Charlie Kirk got killed. Do you remember what our response was? Our response wasn't to sit there and pretend like it was okay. Is it okay because you have a badge? Because the last time I checked, allegedly no one is above the law. Can y'all not just have a little bit of courage and humanity?
Get the hell out of here.
A child. A child has lost her mom.
How many of y'all got sympathy for this woman? How many of y'all believe her? How many of y'all seeing this energy that she got, but she ain't never had that for any Black person, as well as the whole Democratic Party does the same thing? Tell me a time where you seen any of these people cry. Fam, it's done been 48 hours and she crying. She couldn't wait to go cry. And I'm going to be real with you. I'm not sure she's being honest. I think she knows that she helped instigate and contributed to this political violence. So she trying to double back. She trying to spin the block. How many of y'all believe in this right here? I know I'm not. I know my certifieds can't. I know we won't. This woman out here just talking. This fake as hell. Putting on an audition. How many of y'all is going to do this? Nah. Weren't you the one saying that Donald Trump was a Nazi? Weren't you the one saying ICE is unlawful? Aren't you the one that was equating them to Gestapo tactics? Now you want to come out here and say, how are we going to handle this problem now? The same damn way you started it, you're going to have to finish it. Let's keep it real.
The child has lost her mom. And y'all want to pretend that it is okay. I am asking if there is anyone that will stand for the very people that elected us and sent us to Congress. You tell us things like, well, the immigrants are bad. And so we got to get all these bills because the immigrants are the ones that are causing the harm. They're bringing the crime.
What happened to the crackling voice? What the hell just happened? Fam, wasn't she just crying a minute ago? She was in a full breakdown meltdown. Now what happened? Now she's back to her normal voice. Isn't this the same thing when she's talking like she's Lily White? When she's talking like she's Taylor Swift? And then the next minute she's Megan Thee Stallion? She just flip-flopping all over the damn place. 1 minute you a W, Next minute, you're black. 1 minute, you from the suburbs. Next minute, you from the projects. Now, you went from crying to just talking all regular. Sounds like your ass is afraid.
The mayor of Minneapolis told y'all to get the out. Yet y'all are the ones, it is this administration that is bringing crime
Mr.
to
Chair,
their streets. That's what's happening.
It's the third incident where somebody has dropped an F-bomb in this committee, including the video.
I'm sorry.
Including the video that we had to watch
I
earlier.
Are your princess ears okay?
Is it profanity?
The committee's ears
House of Representatives.
The committee.
You are about the fact that a woman.
Are you
The House of Representatives.
The gentlelady.
Are we offending your princess?
Oh, wait, boy, I love this. I told y'all, get your popcorn ready, black folks, black Americans. Get your popcorn ready. We in here. Freeze. Hold up. Wait a minute. She tried to go viral. She was trying to go viral, wasn't she? Was all the tears, fake tears, all about going viral? You notice when nobody cut that off? See, these white folks don't care about none of that. They ain't trying to hear no damn black melanated person because we don't know her lineage and background. So she going to be a mop until further notice, okay? A melanated other person because you don't speak for black. Oh, by the way, Black Lives Matter, who's running around and they done reactivated them, they don't speak for us neither, but we gonna check them proper like here in a second. They don't care about none of that. And they ain't trying to hear no melanated Democrat talk. She was trying to go viral right there. She thought she had a viral moment. That's why she started to scream. Dude just talked over her. He said, I don't give a damn about that. He said, be quiet. She said, I'm sorry, but a woman, she said, I don't give a damn. Be quiet. Hush up. You and your wig go that way. See, fam, what they're all understanding is what we already knew. When you're dealing with the system of supremacy, it's either on or off. All that fence rattling that they trying to do, none of that's gonna work. Your viral moment done went down the drain the same way as your political career, Jasmine. Let's go. Jasmine Crooked, in a fake attempt to go viral, thought she was eating until that damn white man cut her off.
Y'all are the ones, it is this administration that is bringing crime
Mr.
to
Chair,
their streets. That's what's happening.
It's the third incident where somebody has dropped an F-bomb in this committee, including the video.
I'm sorry.
Including the video that we had to watch
I
earlier.
Are your princess ears okay?
Is it profanity?
The committee's ears
House of Representatives.
The committee.
You are about the fact that a woman.
Are you
The House of Representatives.
The gentle.
Look how she's still yelling in the back, y'all. But they haven't stopped to address her. They haven't stopped. They having a Mayo on Mayo debate, argument, feud, and fight. There's no room for you, Mrs. Mop. They don't want to hear from you, Mrs. Mop. You need to keep your mouth closed, Mrs. Mop. When that right there is happening, ain't nobody listening to you. She over there really thinking, fam, that they gonna be quiet. And I want y'all to know how indicative this is of the political atmosphere. You got a Mop crying over a Mayo while two Mayos are talking and nobody's paying her any damn attention. It gets no realer than this, fam. Let's proceed.
That's what's happening.
It's the third incident where somebody has dropped an F-bomb in this committee, including the video.
I'm sorry.
Including the video that we had to watch
Are
earlier.
your princess ears okay?
Is it profanity?
The committee's ears
House of Representatives.
The committee.
You are about the fact that a woman.
Are you
The House
soft?
of Representatives.
The gentlelady.
Are we
will
offending your
suspend
princess
the-
ears? Are they that soft?
Damn. Woo! Got to love it. Got to love it. Place nothing above it. You seen it. Fam, were they not paying attention to her? I mean, I heard her kind of talking, but I heard them saying, shut up. And they just continue to go on and on and on because it ain't your fight. See, black Americans are the only ones out here who understand it's not our fight. Let me tell you this. When we say it's not our fight, they always want to make it look like it is our fight. No, we're 100% correct. This ain't our fight. And you could tell right then and there, Mayos on Mayos got their own problem. Mayo on Taco got their own problem. I heard burrito and Brussels sprouts are having at it right now. I don't know. I've been too busy popping popcorn with my beautiful foundational black American brothers and sisters. I couldn't tell you. But what I can tell you is this, family. This situation ended up blowing the lid off of everything that we've been talking about for the longest amount of time, okay? We told everybody that the political atmosphere in America is getting so inflamed that black Americans are going to step further back. See, we already stood back anyway because they never gave us our tangibles, our benefits, our resources. They gave that away to everybody else. The political system in America has never served Black Americans. So we stepped back and said, okay, we're going to let all y'all go at it until somebody want to come to the table. We're going to force them that way. So we was already chilling out. This right here only further made me chill out. I had about 10 bags of popcorn. Now I got about 30. And I'm going to have 30 more because the way these people are going at it in the streets, family, oh, man. And I don't see no signs of it stopping. I think it's going to get even worse for them, better for us. I mean, if you look at the situation going on in America right now, what do you see? You see everybody beefing, feuding and fighting, but you don't see none of these people coming to the table talking anything of any type of sense. And that's good. That's good. Because this situation that we're talking about, oh, fam, oh, that's got them hot right now. Oh, that's got everybody hot and upset. Let me tell you why it's got them so hot and upset, family. Because now the W women is out here getting clipped. Yep. The W woman out here getting clipped up, y'all. And they don't know what to do about that. They don't know what to do. They got the police out here. You got the cars. How many of y'all seen the video? Should she complied? That's my question. Family, I want to know. Can I get 100 in the chat if you believe that this woman should have simply complied with the officer? I want to know. And my beautiful foundational Black American brothers and sisters, who, by the way, all of you are model citizens, I want all of my model citizens to let me know, was this woman acting on some type of terroristic behavior? Was this woman wilding out? Was this woman creating a scene? Should she have just listened to the officer? Y'all let me know, and I'm going to get right on back to you. And the Hunnits is talking. But while we out here talking, they out here fighting. Look at this video, fam. You want to see what Miracle Whip and Mayo look like when it starts fighting? Enjoy the show.
All right? You guys are a real active bunch. These are patriots right here. You understand me? This isn't stolen land. We conquered it. We conquered it. You guys understand that? These are American patriots behind me. And you guys will not continue to attack them. These are American patriots. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is America. You understand that? This is America, everybody. This is conquered land. We're going to deport all you sons of bitches. We're going to deport all you sons of bitches. We will not back down. We will not surrender. These people will not continue to intimidate us in our country. The storm is here. When we come, one, we go all. No one can stop what is coming. Get here, guys. We need you in Minnesota. These people are terrorists.
Whoa. Who's he talking to? Who's he talking to, family? Listen to this. Man, if you ain't got no popcorn right now, we got a problem. We got a problem if your popcorn ain't popping. You better be flipping some damn pancakes right now. I know Mr. Miracle Whip is not going to let Mr. Mayo talk to him like that. How is Mayo going to let Miracle Whip talk to him like that in defense of Mr. Burrito? Something ain't right here. Pop your popcorn, Black folks. But notice, what's he saying? Who's he talking to? He's looking into that camera and he's saying, I want all of the patriots out there in America to come up here. Black folks, have we not been talking for the longest amount of time about all them damn rednecks firing up them damn pickup trucks and heading right on up to Minneapolis? Ain't we always been talking about all them damn rednecks and hillbillies all going to Dearborn, Michigan, because the Southern supremacists feel that the Northern supremacists is off code? So do we got an off-code battle amongst a bunch of Mayos? Damn right we do. Look what he says. Come up here. We need your help. Look at this man. He's psychotic. Fam, it's on.
Oh, no one can stop what is coming. Get here, guys. We need you in Minnesota. These people are terrorists. These people are terrorists. They hate our country. They hate everything we stand for. Who's we? What do you mean? People that are watching. You're European. What do you stand for? Unless you're Native American. What do you stand for?
He said, who's we? He said the people that are watching. Family, he's calling in backup because he wants his backup side to go one-on-one with the other people. Let's go.
An immigrant too. Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, that's pretty guys. This is conquered land. This is conquered land, buddy. That doesn't make any better. This is conquered land. Patriots, get out here. We need to back up.
Patriots, get up here. We need to back up. Read the caption. And all you liberal commie MFers, Keep your hands to yourself. Damn. Family, oh, it's going to get worse before it gets better. I'm just saying. You know, we got to sit here and we got to go ahead and applaud ourselves, lightweight, fam, because if you look at the situation, Mayo lunatics love it. Family, we've been calling all this. See, everybody sees the fact that we have sat out all of these different situations, not just because those situations do not concern us, and it's just people really trying to leech off of us. Family, we had to sit all this out because these people are getting crazy every day. Like my fam said right there, these are Mayo lunatics, fam. You see what this man talking about? This man said he ready to go to war because guess what, y'all? There is a war going on in America. And there's about 5 or 6 wars going on in America. And none of those 5 or 6 have anything to do with foundational Black Americans. Brothers and sisters, I ask of you, is it good to say that Black Americans are the only people in this country who are not in some type of petty back and forth war? Can you say that, family? The only thing we've been going at it with is the system of supremacy, okay? But let me tell you something. That's always been there because we always been scrapping against it. What about all these other people, though? What's their excuse? Is it safe to say, y'all, that you have the illegals versus the Mayos? You have the Mayos versus the Mayos. You have the Miracle Whip against the illegals. Then you have the Brussels sprouts against the burritos. The tacos don't like the chicken chow mein. I heard Joe Loft wants to get involved, but they don't take him serious. You notice what I'm saying here, family? Is everybody going at it back and forth? Are they having Mayo meltdowns? Y'all on fire tonight. Let's go. Everybody's beefing and feuding and fighting. And you can go all the way down the line. You can start off with Donald Trump. You can lead yourself into the Charlie Kirk situation. Don't let somebody like Jasmine Crockett come out here and say how they responded, the liberals that is, after Charlie Kirk. Family, y'all remember when the Charlie Kirk situation happened and the first thing that they started trying to do was make it a Black thing? How many of y'all remember that? They kept trying to make it like it was Black people, right? Okay. Y'all remember how the liberals were acting? The liberals were out there mocking Charlie Kirk. Again, Black Americans sat out. We just don't care. Here's the thing. I know you want us to care, but we're seeing what caring gets us. Caring gets you, yes, we can. Caring gets you vote blue no matter who, people of color, Black, and all that bullshit. Let me tell you what not caring gets you. Certified 100. Which means we don't give a damn. And if we don't give a damn, we don't give a damn with the full 100. Not 98, not 92, not 85. You get the whole 100 of me not giving a shit. And that's what they're all living in right now. So we stepped away from all of that. But I showed y'all the conservative side of all the Mayos. Man, if you think that's bad, wait till you see the liberal side. The liberals, y'all, have declared war. And if you want to laugh, get ready for this one, y'all, because these people are spazzing out. Mayo flying everywhere.
I hope you guys, Democrats need to stand up and start fighting. You better get ready to fight, or you're about to lose your country. Do you guys realize that? Are you listening to what JD Vance is saying right now? Are you listening?
Go. Go. Just go. Go, 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 go.
What the hell was that? What the hell is this? What the hell is going on in America? Shout out to Chazlin. Let's go.
Get the out of Minnesota, ICE. Do you hear me? Get the out of Minnesota. This is actually, so disturbing. A nail in the head. And they're lying about it. She was not trying to run them over. So ICE, get the and I mean get the out of Minnesota now. Trump, you can go bye-bye too now. I've had it. I do not want to live in this country like this. Enough.
And immediately, because they have corrupt.
Wait. You don't want to live in this country? Does she want to Mayo flee? Family, is she Mayo fleeing? Look at this. Funny how quick these people don't want to be in America no more. Notice, whenever they don't get it their way and things is bad, and they trying to run over agents with vehicles now, then they don't want to be in America no more. Nah, no, you need to go ahead and stay right on here in America because that's what you say all the time. Deal with it. You're a Mayo fleer. What about this guy complaining?
Without knowing who they're just civilians. And Trump's okay with this and is allowing this to happen, and it's now happening all over in the Midwest. This is not okay. What the America and Americans? How stupid are we to keep allowing this to happen? I say it's time for everybody to start getting guns and start coming out of their houses.
What? What? Whoa. Family, do you hear these terrorists, y'all? We denounce everything that these individuals are saying. They speak for themselves. They speak for themselves. We ain't with none of that lawlessness, this un-American behavior, this I want to flee when things get bad, the my miracle whip is spoiled. We ain't got none of this. Hell no.
And start these ICE agents in the head when they start trying to take over people.
Wouldn't it be a shame if this guy who took the life of Renee Good in Minneapolis, if he didn't make it through the week?
What?
Would it be a shame? Can we find out? By the way, as soon as somebody...
Report this man. Get out of my country. Mr. Mayo Meth Head Matthew, your rhetoric will not be tolerated. We are tax-paying citizens, and we will not get caught in your per capita Mayo degeneracy. You need to leave immediately. You don't like it, do you?
Shares his address. It's going all over the place. I mean, Pete Hegseth is all talking about FAFO. Yeah. FAFO.
Everything's okay. It's okay. What the hell? What the F?
To run him over, it's self-defense. I wish she was, and I wish she did. And guess what? If she did and he died, I would have celebrated, because ICE aren't people. They're demons in human form.
Damn. Whoa, I think the crazies are out, family. I think we got that well established. I think it's well established. These people done lost their goddamn mind. I think it's well established that Black Americans don't want nothing to do with that. I told y'all, we got a billion reasons why. I just gave you about 5. People crazy. But do you see the political climate of the United States of America right now as we speak? It ain't too good for them. But notice, fam, they don't like the fact that we over here laughing, because these situations, we predicted, we called them out, forecasted them, and these situations only affect their community. That's them. They out there wilding, y'all. We denounce every single thing that them individuals are talking about. Because notice the same thing that they're always trying to put off on Black Americans. Well, look at that right there. Look at that, fam. You had Mayo bin Laden. That was Omayo bin Laden. I seen about 5 Omayo bin Ladens, and they out there terroristic behavioring it up. And we ain't got nothing to do with nothing they talking about. You can keep that one to your damn self, because FBA is over here to our damn self. That's what it is. So, fam, how we get here? How we got here, fam, is the Somalian situation. Everybody started to look at the fraud going on up there in Minnesota, and it became all eyes on Minnesota. Because like we were saying, they have now became the poster child, Somalians that is, for scamming. Okay, they became the poster child for what's going on in America with a bunch of illegals. Everyone views these illegal immigrants as moochers and thieves and stealers. And then when you see a particular community getting genuinely billions of dollars off of fraud, that only coincides with what they are known for based on American politics. I ain't make it this way. Get mad at Trump. However, when this all goes down, you start to see people trying to run interference. I believe, my good brothers and sisters, I believe that they're getting way too close to the fraud. And I'm talking about the receipts on the fraud. Have y'all noticed this situation occurred immediately after that whole daycare situation? When they blew the lid off of that daycare and that video went super viral and they had all the reports. Y'all remember when they went out there, the Somalians, and had a press conference and the little girl slips up and says, fraud is bad. Oops, I'm sorry. How many of y'all seen that? Immediately after that, when the authorities were saying, yeah, we're going to go on up there, then voila, boom, this situation happens. So it went from Omar marrying her brother, Donald Trump saying get all of them out, to a travel ban. Somehow the travel ban turned into the daycare. The daycare ended up turning into them having a press conference admitting that they did wrong. Then all the W's show up, and then somebody gets pat live. So this is how we got to this position, family. And this situation is going faster and faster and faster. And this Renee Good individual ended up getting the ultimate sacrifice. But here's the thing, y'all. Black Americans, we sitting here watching these individuals, and I'm saying, y'all been running up crazy on these damn federal agents. Don't ever put Black Americans in your mouth. Hell no. Nope. See, the thing is that Black Americans, we abide by the law so much that we've actually been harmed trying to fit the law that ain't even serving us. Black Americans will sit there and be attacked by an agent, by a police officer, and we still abide by the law. Abiding by the law is something a lot of times that's to our detriment. We are such a law-abiding community that we've actually put our welfare on the line so we can follow the law. These MFers ain't doing that. No, these MFers is just running up on agents, following them around, and I don't want to hear nobody say that that ain't happening, because y'all know, like I know, we've been covering that right here on the Black Alpha Network for how long? Family, for the last 3 years, we've been showing video after video after video of these individuals running up on agents like it's cool, like it's the thing to do. Well, eventually an agent said, okay, well, cool, then I'm going to go ahead and clip you, and I'm going to hit you, and you just going to have to deal with it. So don't let these individuals tell you anything otherwise. And when I tell y'all that, let me show y'all how the main game got here, fam. Look at this right here. This is what we mean about these people. Look at this. This is a video of a lady that's been following ICE agents. And family, she's not being too nice to a federal agent. I'm just keeping it real. Watch this right here.
Say your name. Are you guys immigration? Are they ICE? What is it?
Stay back, man.
No. What is your name? Do you have a warrant?
Stay back.
Do they have a warrant?
Stay back.
They do have a warrant? Is that sure? Are you sure? They showed you a warrant?
Back.
They showed you a warrant? I'm staying back. Don't yell at me like that.
How many times I gotta tell you?
I'm staying right where I was, you asshole. You ICE. You piece of shit. Get the bags. Get over me, you piece of shit. Asshole.
Family, where in the F in America can you do this right here? Where in America can you do any of this? You running up on federal agents and you're impeding on an arrest, and then you proceed to cuss them out. Then you get in your car and you follow them. This has been going on in the United States of America ever since Donald Trump said the mass deportation is in full effect. And nobody said nothing. Matter of fact, the Democrats been on the side coaching this up. Oh, you better go out there now. Go get them. This is right here. And I want y'all to see something. Notice she asked, oh, buddy, she said, do you have a warrant? Because she was going to run with the whole, they don't even have warrants. Look at Julio Romero, Pedro. He says, yes, I have a warrant. He knew he was illegal. Look at this.
What is
Stay
it?
back. Stay back, man.
No. What is your name? Do you have a warrant?
Stay back.
Do they have a warrant?
Stay back.
They do have a warrant? Is that sure?
Look at that. They do have a warrant. She thought she was going to run with that because dude knows he's illegal. He knows he's illegal. Look at them crashing out over these illegals, fam. Dude knows he's illegal. And she just sat there and was like, oh, yeah, he does. And then notice, y'all, after it is confirmed that they have a warrant, then she goes into the whole tirade, starting something. This is instigation.
Are you sure? They showed you a warrant? They showed you a warrant? I'm staying back. Don't yell at me like that.
How many times I gotta tell you?
I'm staying right where I was, you asshole. You ICE. Piece of shit. Get the bags. Get over me, you piece of shit. Asshole. Motherfucker.
What?
Motherfucker. Asshole. It's ICE. 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 You.
Is she getting in her car to follow them? Fam, this is terroristic behavior. She's following, she's pursuing agents only in America.
It's ICE! ICE!
Boom. Look at that right there, fam. That's all you need to know about this situation. That's all you need to know. This woman is in her car following ICE agents who just apprehended an illegal as she proceeds to call them every name in the book. You cannot make this up. That's just the way it is. There you go, family. There you go. There you go. There you go. You see it. We all see it. So when the situation ends up going down, like it ended up going down, I mean, damn, that is kind of been the time that these people have been on. They have been doing this for quite a while. So what are we really talking about here? See, they want us to always put on the capes for people who are doing wrong. Y'all ever notice that, family? When it comes to Black Americans, they always want us to put on the cape for people who are criminals so we can be the criminal. And then they cannot be the criminals no more. That's really what they want to do. You know how we say destiny swap? Family, they want to destiny swap with us in terms of criminality, right? Situation, Black Americans ain't doing nothing. We over here minding our business. They drag us into following ICE agents, hitting people with cars. And then when we show up, they dump all of that car hitting on us, and then they go back to the suburbs, right? You see how they just criminal swapped on us? See, we've been smart in this era. We've been saying, hell no, we ain't doing none of that. Hell no, y'all deal with your own situation. And that's what's happening. So family, the video ended up coming out, and there was a lot of discourse about what ended up happening. You see clear as day in the video. I don't know about anybody else. Maybe it's just that we foundational Black Americans and we the realists and we operate within the realm of reality. If a federal agent is in front of you, you probably shouldn't be foot on the pedal driving in his direction. I don't know. I'm just a Black man in America, okay? But I think even as a 5-year-old, when I was a Black boy in America, I knew that. But this woman ends up hopping in her vehicle, cussing at the agent, same way this last woman does, ends up speeding, and dude just pulled up and papped on her right then and there. But family, I'm going to show y'all some of the things that have transpired, shall I say. Watch, this is what I'm talking about. These individuals are out here running them up in America, and Black Americans have nothing to do with any of this behavior. Why? It's because this is criminal behavior, and we ain't criminals. Watch this.
Fox News alert, a woman was killed today during an ICE operation in Minneapolis. An ICE vehicle was stuck in the snow, and while trying to push it out, activists began harassing and blocking their path, boxing them onto the street. A woman parked her car, preventing the ICE agents from leaving, and was ordered to exit the vehicle multiple times. Officers attempted to open her door after she wouldn't comply. That's when she backed up her car and gunned it straight at an ICE agent. The agent opened fire on the driver to defend himself.
Freeze. Let me fast forward here for a minute, family. You see it? Okay, we all watched the video. Let me show y'all how it went down and what they're really trying to say.
One witness.
Here we go. Fast forward. Boom. Now watch this, family.
Authorized to use deadly force. And this specific officer had been dragged by a car driven by a protester earlier this year in Minneapolis. Cars are a 2,000-pound weapon and have been used repeatedly against ICE agents.
People are being trained and told how to use their vehicles to impede law enforcement operations and then to run over anybody who gets in their way while they go out there and try to disrupt peace.
They have been trained to run over anybody. Fam, what are we talking about up in here? Trained to run people over. Damn. Hey, I see y'all in the chat. Comply, comply, comply.
And public safety, and Americans deserve better.
This was a split-second decision. He thought he was going to get run over by the car. The woman had been harassing him all day, blocking him, obstructing, not complying. He felt his life was in danger. He'd been throttled by a car before in the same city. Tragic to see someone die. But what would you do? We know what Minneapolis does. They go crazy.
Get back! Right in the face! Get back! All that video!
Democrats, who love to talk about due process, immediately convicted the ICE agent of murder and said Trump had blood on his hands.
Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bull to ICE. Get the out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here.
We do not need any further help from the federal government. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough.
Tim Walz called ICE the Gestapo, so women are driving their cars into what they think is the Gestapo.
Stop. No, run it back. Black folks, here we go. Wait a minute. Oh, so much to break down. Yep, stop resisting. Okay, you see how everything is going in their community? Do y'all also notice what happens when Black Americans are not present in these people's battles? See what it is, y'all. There's no Black American that they can pin this off on. There's no Black American present to do so. So when a Black American is not present, so they can say it was the Black folks. Y'all remember the Black Lives Matter protests in 2020 where the W's was lighting things on fire and then pointing at Black folks? Well, we're not there for any of this. And do you see what happens when Black Americans are not present? Do you see the savagery and the degenerate behavior that comes from that particular community, as well as all the other communities that bootlick them? You got people getting papped in the middle of the street right then and there. And weren't they talking about per capita and all that stuff? Well, apparently they have a degenerate per capita, and it's their whole community. So now the fact that we're not present in this situation, they got to deal with it on their own. And you see what happens when they got to deal with something on their own? By gosh. Because they don't have the mentality of solving anything. All they know is battle, fight, mad. And now all of that is being directed at each other. And that has always been historically what has always happened. Black Americans don't give a damn. Let's just make this clear. Black Americans don't give a damn because we see the flip-flop in the energy. We see the way it used to be. We see the way they flip-flop on whatever comes about. But we also understand what would end up happening if Black folks were involved, because we've seen it every time Black folks ever got involved with another situation. Family, they got to get used to it. And y'all know I'm always telling everybody, this is a new time frame. This is a new era. This is the new norm now. The new norm of Black people not giving a damn. Hold on. Whoa. Let me say that one more back. The new norm of Black Americans not giving a damn is here to stay. And everybody's got to get used to it. And whether you get used to it or not, you're going to have to deal with it. So let me go ahead and rephrase that. Damn, getting used to it, deal with it. This is the new norm of Black Americans not being involved in all these things that do not have anything to do with us. It just does not matter. And therefore, since it don't matter, you got to hold your own. I told everybody they got to hold their own specifics. Them specific, you know what's got to get held. And therefore, we over here holding it down, doing what we do best, and just being certified foundational Black Americans. This is how we get to what we want to get to, okay? You get to it by doing exactly what we're doing now. But let me take it a step further, fam. More footage ended up coming out of that situation. And everybody ended up seeing that situation didn't really go down the way that they were saying that it went down. See, what ended up happening is the body cam, basically, or the police officer footage. This is crazy, by the way. The body cam, the police officer footage. Family, doesn't all this sound very, very familiar? Haven't we heard this before, Black Americans? I'm pretty sure we've heard this all before. I've heard this before as a foundational Black American. We got to wait till the facts come out. We don't know yet. Let's see what it is. Well, now we're seeing exactly what it is, and what it is a little different than what they've been telling everybody. What you see is that they've been out here and they were basically pushing the line, and they were getting involved in areas they had no business getting involved in, and things went bad. They went so bad, family, that now I'm going to show y'all exactly how it came about. Look at this right here, fam. This is the way things went down. Yeah, the play sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Very, very familiar. Look at this, fam. This right here is what ended up happening, because today they released the footage of the body cam, basically, of the police officer. And I want y'all to notice a few things, and y'all tell me who was right and who was wrong. Get out of the car. Oh! 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 Black Alpha Remix. Let's go.
That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen.
That right there, family, was her wife. That was her wife. Fam, have you ever noticed that in a lot of these situations, Charlie Kirk, the person that was involved always belongs to a particular community that ain't the normal community? I'm just saying. I'm just being honest, y'all. Notice this never seems to be without these individuals.
It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking guy. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out the car. You want to come at us? Come at you where? Family, they're agitating. This right here, that's the partner. Yes, that's the partner. Fam, what do you mean? Come at us. You talking very aggressive there. You're talking very, very aggressive there, lesbian. What's going on?
You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car.
Get out of the car.
Damn. And there goes the car. There you go, right there, fam. What is the real story here? Is it the one they talking about on the news? Or is it that right there? Because that right there looks very funny. The news is showing that right there. But if you look clear as day, they was all in it. And let me tell y'all, that right there is the shot that the police officer seen when it all went down. There you go, fam. That's what he ended up seeing. Looks like to me he's in front of the car. Looks like to me she knew what the hell was going on. Looks like to me this situation got a little out of control hella fast. And it wouldn't have got out of control had a particular individual from a particular community just complied with the officer. There wouldn't have been any of that. None of that would have went down, but it did. So you see right there, family. Now here comes the theater and here comes all the things that they're trying to attach to it. All right. You've seen the video right there. The video clearly shows they were extra agitating the same way that the W woman earlier was following the ICE agents. Fam, I've been showing videos right here for 3 years, how these people be running up on the the immigration patrol. They run up on all of the ICE agents, the border patrol. All of them are always being pursued by these people. And there you go. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? It all go down that way. Y'all remember before them jumping in front of cars with something. See, fam, Black Americans don't understand none of this, okay? You have the illegals who aren't supposed to be here in America. You have the males who are fighting for the illegals who ain't supposed to be here in America, but they got this thing of jumping in front of cars. Black America is going to do a lot of things, okay? Jumping in front of a car ain't going to be one of them, all right? I will jump out of a plane before I jump in front of a car. At least with a plane, I got a parachute. I don't know about no damn parachute that protects you from a car. I ain't jumping in front of no damn car. But that's the thing that they love to do. They love jumping in front of vehicles when they're out there agitating everybody. So when you look at that video and the way that it came out, the Democrats ran immediately to the news, and the Democrats were like, oh, this is another event. This is an ICE shooting. This is an ICE unaliving. ICE or the Gestapo. However, people on the other side were saying, well, I don't know, because when you're looking at the video, she was literally knowing what she was doing, running her mouth, popping off. Her partner was running her mouth, making threats, by the way. All that come at us, that's war talk. That's aggression talk. All of that ended up going down, and now you see the way it played out. And the way it played out, you hear two different stories here. One person, like Jasmine Crockett and the Democrats, are trying to make this some type of rallying cry, some type of major affair. And then everybody else on the other side is looking at it, and they saying, that right there is simply a criminal who's doing criminal activity that should have complied. And then now you're seeing the news run the same tactics that they used on Black folks on each other. Man, you can't make this up in America. You can't make it up in America. You cannot. They're saying the same exact things that they were saying about Black folks. They're literally saying that. They're hitting them with the wait till the facts come out. We don't know yet. Body cam footage. If you would have just complied, that lets you know that in the system of supremacy, these folks are all fair game if they're not abiding by the system of supremacy. What it really is with this individual, she wasn't abiding by the system of supremacy, so therefore that happened. How many of you guys remember this right here? I showed this video in the summertime. There you go again. More people jumping in front of cars while you have agents out there trying to conduct their business. Y'all remember this video right here?
Hey, man, look!
What the fuck?
Whoa!
Hey, look at him.
Hit me? You fucking ran me over?
How you jump in front of the car and then you get mad at the driver? Man, this been going on for a long time. They've been doing this.
Hey, man, look!
What the fuck?
Whoa!
Hey, look at him.
Hit me? You fucking ran me over?
Oh, hell no. Oh, my God.
What, fam? I'm done. I don't even know what to say. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If that's the play and that's how these people get down, that's how they get down. But if you notice again, they've been doing this for long. We've all seen the videos with these people jumping in front of cars and all of that stuff. A lot of these people are getting the bag, okay? They're getting the bag because you got to understand, they haven't been able to get Black Americans involved in this situation. So now they got to start going to pay. You do have a lot of crash outs. I ain't going to say everybody's getting paid because a lot of these folks are just crash outs. However, it's funny, crash out, but you're jumping in front of a car. Crazy. A lot of these people are getting the bag. A lot of these people are getting paid. These are, in a lot of cases, people that are there to drum up some type of energy to get people to feel that we're all in some situation that we need to just jump in and we all need to lend our services to. And Black Americans, we're not lending our services to anybody. We're not lending our services. But how do you know that there's some bags going around and some people are out here getting paid on the low? Simply, fam, is because they start sending out a lot of the Democratic shills. And when the Democratic shills show up to the scene, then you already know what the scene is all about, right? You already know where it's going. But let me tell you something. Y'all notice that they haven't been able to get a groundswell of support from the average American, particularly the average Black American. You notice our stance of not giving a damn is just whooping them up right now. You notice they can't really go nowhere with this situation. They're kind of stuck because they're trying to figure out how can we get Black folks involved. But everybody that they try to put in the forefront, we don't rock with them anyway. What, Jasmine Crockett? She ain't getting nobody out there. No, you're going to have them same liberals out there that been out there the whole damn time because Black Americans ain't going to be out there at all. All my brothers and sisters, we stand the hell down. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us at all. But family, let me tell you, or better yet, let me show you some of the means that they do to try to get people involved, okay? Try to get Black Americans to care. Check this out right here, family. Look who they showed. Let me show y'all something. Absolutely, because we support ICE. Absolutely. Look at this right here, fam. Look who they done pulled out. Y'all see this? Y'all see who the hell they done went and found? Did they go get Conscious Flea? Did they go get Conscious Flea, family? Conscious Flea is out here being a nobody that nobody pays attention to. Bag done dried all the way up. All $3.52 he was getting from the Democrats. But now look at him and some of these other Negroes. Watch them, fam. They out there saying, if a white woman can get it, we all can get it. Watch this.
Out loud. Us realizing that if ICE can get away with executing a white woman, that means all of us can get it. It's us also acknowledging how that hierarchy of value of life go, and they understand if y'all are willing to say this person can be executed, that means everything under her in terms of humanity and the hierarchy is a good for go.
Y'all, they the co-conspiratist of supremacy, the women, right in front of our face and on national TV. Black folks, we can forget it.
When the government starts women without consequences, we are in trouble. When the government has no disregard for human life for women, it's over. We already lost. It's over. We already lost. It's over. We already lost.
What you mean we? What you mean? Listen to these Negroes, fam. You see this? Look at these people out there. It's over. We already lost. We don't stand a chance. And they start getting caring, man, it's over for all of us. We might as well not even go to work tomorrow. We might as well all just stay home. You see this? You see this, fam? This is why I be trying to tell people all the time. Democrats want Black people to be unalived. They love it. They love, fam. Who loves seeing Black Americans harmed more than the Democratic Party? The Democratic Party loves that. See, I hear that differently. Okay, I hear people that want us hurt. Let me ask y'all a question. If a black person was unalived by an ICE agent tomorrow, do you think the Democrats would prefer that not to happen? Or do you think the Democrats would see their campaign contributions? They can make some stickers. They can have a big old press conference. They can tell everybody, vote blue no matter who. They love seeing it. How many times do you see something happen to a black person and the Democrat be the first one that steps to the plate and starts trying to push it? See, they were trying to put a target on black folks, but you could tell right there, do those people want to be unalived? I'm just asking the question, because the way I ain't never seen nobody say, if they do this to them, we done for. It's over with. That ain't no damn black American spirit. I'm questioning, fam, some of those lineages of the people I just seen right there. Dude was in a car, hiding the damn forehead. He got tether vibes. Yep. Same with the woman. She had the little tether dusty wig. And then we know Conscious Fleroy, he ain't no black American. I don't care what he said. He ain't no black American. Do y'all see that right there, though, family? You see what we're talking about? Do you see that they want to try to push these individuals into our space to make it look like, man, if that happens to Karen, then it's always going to come get us. Let me say this as well. Notice the people always trying to like teach us about supremacy are the biggest puppets for supremacy. You ever notice that, family? These individuals love supremacy, but they're always trying to talk to us about it. Yet these individuals are the main culprits and the catalyst for the system of supremacy. Let me say this as well as we talk about the system of supremacy. Karen been getting that smoke when Karen go off cold. Family, they was dumping OW women back in the 60s and 70s. Fam, we understand this. See, we are coming from the aspect of knowing the way the system of supremacy operates. These other individuals are coming from the aspect of wanting to be a part of it. Let me tell you what we do know. We know for a fact that when a W goes against the system of supremacy, they are deemed as worthless to the system of supremacy, and they will be disposed. We all know this. If you understand the history of America, that's been the case. Let me tell you how they view that Renee Good person. Renee Good wasn't being a good supremacist. Renee Good was sticking up for illegal immigrants who aren't W's. So if these illegal immigrants are not W's and she's sticking up for it, you ain't supposed to go against the system of supremacy, especially an ICE agent who has the system of supremacy sponsoring him. You ain't supposed to go against him. In the system of supremacy, they're taking you out. And hasn't that always been the case, brothers and sisters? Is that new to us? Haven't we always known that? Hell yeah. But now everybody's figuring out the hard way. They're finding out the very fact what we've always known. I don't give a damn. When you see these people get taken out by their own community, 9 times out of 10, it's somebody that was doing something that they shouldn't have been doing. What's I call a rogue supremacist. And fam, one of the things these rogue supremacists have been trying to do, now they're trying to use Black Lives Matter. I told everybody when that Aflini was running around here that they're trying to do Black Lives Matter 2.0. Family, how many of y'all remember? How many of y'all remember? We just talked about it a couple months ago. Do y'all remember when me, Black Alpha, was telling everybody about Black Lives Matter 2.0? And family, what are they saying now? They're saying George Floyd 2.0. Yep. You see what they're doing, fam, with the 2.0s? You see? Fam, they're sending out all these Black Lives Matter people. Out of nowhere, Black Lives Matter shows up. And Black Lives Matter now is trying to run that game. Why the hell ain't these people in jail? Why the hell is it known that Black Lives Matter scammed on the books about $1 billion? Off the books, another couple billion, and yet they're allowed to just go on. Let me tell y'all this right now. Any type of organization that has been caught doing fraud, doesn't go to jail, is working with the system of supremacy. That's why they're allowed to do it. Yep. The NAACP, they're allowed to continue to violate their charter. Everybody knows that the NAACP violates their charter. It's on paper. It takes you 2 seconds to find out. I compiled on my petition to get all of them completely exempt. I applied, or I showed all the statistics. Fam, we came up with over 150 clear-cut receipts of the NAACP violating their charter, and ain't nobody done nothing about it. That's because they work with the dominant society. Same thing with Black Lives Matter. They're being allowed to do so. So now the fact that they're being allowed to do so, they're sending out their Black Lives Matter operatives to try to make this a Black American thing. Watch this.
Good wasn't even the first person by ICE this week. I live in Los Angeles, and it took me until last night after her to find out about the of Keith Porter here in Los Angeles. Keith Porter was a black man, by the way, and there was no national news coverage of his on New Year's Eve. He was shot by his neighbor, who is an off-duty ICE agent. It could be anybody, right? The forces that Keith Porter here in Los Angeles are the same forces that Renee Good in Minneapolis yesterday, are the same forces that George Floyd in 2020 in the same neighborhood that Renee Good was murdered in yesterday.
The last 8 days, ICE has two American citizens. The first one being Keith Porter of LA on New Year's Eve. The second one being Renee Nicole Good of Minnesota yesterday. And Congress just got into session today in regards to the attack.
This is a PSA to
What? Hell no. We about to break that down, though.
all of my revolutionaries. This is our year. The age of old, decrepit billionaires are no fucking more.
That's why they try to do me like they tried to do me.
It's time that we rise the up.
First,
You ain't gonna do nothing. Boy, be quiet. Sit down. Your hairline ain't good enough to get nobody to rile up. Sit down.
It's time that we rise the up.
first responder in Minnesota and witness some of the aftermath and effects of what happened with George Floyd. This isn't close to being over. See, Minnesota is different than other places. We love hard. We fight hard. Yeah, there's Minnesota nice, but we're a very passionate state. And what happened to Minneapolis after what happened to George Floyd was devastating. The effects that it had on Minnesota as a whole.
Just a few blocks from where I'm standing right now. And when that happened, our city knew how to respond. Our generation knew how to respond. Our country knew how to respond. 20 million of us took to the streets. And so if ICE thinks that they can scare us into submission by us, I mean, that's not true.
Okay, I got one for you then. Okay, oh no, that's good. Bam, no. Hey, we here. I see y'all. Let's go. I got something for you. Let me go ahead and raise the stakes then. Let me raise the stakes. Since these individuals told us for so long that they marched with us for George Floyd, even though they didn't, then good. You should have learned something. Now handle this on your own. There you go. Then don't ask black folks to come around. Don't stay George Floyd 2.0. Handle it on your own. Remember, you are a skilled protester who knows how to do it because you march with every single thing black folks have ever done. I mean, if two black folks walk down the street to go get some sugar from the store, you march with them there too, right? Well, since you're such a good marcher, then you go ahead and handle this on your own. I take that as you say that you want to do it by yourself. Good, then go do it. You see what we're talking about, fam? These individuals always have to tie black folks into something. We didn't understand as an era, as a community, as a society, how much power we had beyond just fashion. These people need us for all. You name me one fake movement that's ever moved in America where somebody wasn't trying to bring black Americans into it. They need us. They plead to us. They beg for us. And it doesn't matter because we just don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. Black Lives Matter is a dominant society, white supremacist funded organization. They've always been. Black folks don't mess with them. Never have. So therefore, the fact that we ain't messing with them, now they're trying to ring this alarm to make it look like something's going on. In reality, there ain't nothing going on. You on your own. And fam, they out there saying some real reckless stuff too. Real reckless stuff. How many of y'all seen that Black Lives Matter lady and she start talking about burning things down again? Did y'all see that? Let me show y'all these individuals. By the way, nobody knows who the hell these people are. The same thing from 2020. You don't know who none of these people are because they're in the background getting paid bags. These ain't no real activists. They have no platforms. The people don't follow them. But out of nowhere, they pop up running their mouth saying reckless stuff. Watch this, fam. The Black Lives Matter 2.0 scam. We shutting it down before it even gets started. Look at this. Here you go. Look at the headline already. Black Lives Matter threatens to burn Minneapolis down again. Damn. This is what we talk about with these people.
Shut these streets down again. Make the city pay again. And again, they was going about losing money when George Floyd died. We as a people can cause them to lose more money now. If we don't stand together, we're going to fold. Together we stand, divided we fold. We as a community got to stop talking and do the work. We cannot wait till somebody die again to do the work. ICE is a demon. They are not human beings. They are killers. They're killing on top.
What the hell is she talking about? First off, she couldn't even get it together. Was she trying to say fold or fall? If we don't stand for something, we divided fall together on Saturday. What? And our peoples, if our peoples ain't equals, then we won't get anything. One more time.
Take these streets down.
Yeah.
Again, make the pay. And again, it was going about losing money when George Floyd died. We as a people can cause can cause them to lose more money now. If we don't stand together, we're gonna fold. Together we stand, divided we fold. We as a community got to stop talking and do the work. We cannot wait till somebody die again to do the work. ICE is a demon. They are not human beings. They are killers. They're killing on top.
Please, yes, her gone immediately. What the hell is she talking about? Here we go. Let me say this. Black Americans denounce Black Lives Matter. Always has. Like I tell people before, family, we're not in the era of creating something. We're enforcing what already is. FBA, Black Americans, freedmen, we don't rock with no damn Black Lives Matter. The Black Lives Matter organization is an organization that is sponsored by white supremacy, particularly on the liberal side. Maybe even some conservatives, but both sides ain't our side, and we denounce them. That woman don't speak for us. And whoever else you send in to try to get Black Americans involved, hell no. Think about this too, fam. That situation happened, and immediately they got a whole press conference. They got Black folks all in the back. Y'all notice the visuals, right? Notice the aesthetics. Let's have a Black woman who's screaming and yelling, okay? Talking about peoples and United We Falls, whatever the hell she's talking about, can't even speak. And then she's talking about burning stuff down again, all that inflammatory rhetoric that we canceled out before. That inflammatory rhetoric does not belong to Black Americans. That is their inflammatory rhetoric. And see what they love to do, y'all? They love to throw in some fake organization that speaks for all Black people. That's something we've done in this era. And this is why it's beautiful that we have these conversations. And this is why I started off this broadcast with a big F you, letting the world know that ain't us, we ain't them, and we don't support none of their asses. You want to make it clear, we're going to make it clear. It's clear, family. Renee Good should have been a good supremacist, and she should have abided by the ICE agent and the ICE officer. Yep, she should have not resisted. She should have complied. Her partner should have kept her mouth closed. None of that has anything to do with me. I'm just an observing foundational Black American citizen. Mrs. Peoples from Black Lives Matter needs to go have a bucket of fried chicken, sit down and get her etiquette right, because she ain't making no damn sense. But what does Megan No Good, Mayo supremacist, and Can't Talk People's Black Lives Matter have in common? They're both representing something that ain't foundational Black Americans, and foundational Black Americans ain't standing for it. Therefore, we stand down. Made it crystal clear. Because what won't happen, fam, is these people trying to run that game on us. We remember it before. Let me show y'all this. Let me tell y'all how you know you're seeing something go on. Y'all remember this guy right here? How many of y'all remember this dude? Y'all remember this dude right here? Remember Talcum X, the guy that was running around here saying that he was a Black man? Come to find out this man is lily white. How many of y'all remember that? Remember when the Black Lives Matter scam was going on and they turned to protest for Ahmaud Arbery, Rashard Brooks, not Sandra Bland. No. They went and got Sandra Bland way before then. Let me say this right. They got Sandra Bland in 2000, what was that, fam? 2013, 14, came back, did the same thing with Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. He says, is it possible to both love and hate this country? I know it's possible because I love it. I truly do. I've thought to make it more just and fair my entire life. I fought, okay. But I swear I also hate this evil place. It's mean, it's cruel, and it's violent, and it causes so much pain. If you don't get that defeated stuff the hell up out of here, man, bounce. Hell no, somebody said the John B. A. Yeah, oh, fam, there's two things at play here, okay? And I couldn't wait to have this conversation with y'all because y'all know we conversate on this broadcast. They watch us and they hate on us, but we stay conversating because we break it down. Notice, y'all, the Black Lives Matter scam, we ran that all out the paint. They're gone. For every one of the Tamika Cadillac Mallorys and Sean Queens, fam, you don't see them, the D-Rays. Notice these are irrelevant people. Remember how much you saw their faces back in 2020? Yes, it was Rashard Brooks, it was Breonna Taylor, and it was George Floyd. Yep, and it was Ahmaud Arbery. They hijacked every single one of their protests and turned them in to vote for Joe Biden, right? And they was burning stuff and they was doing all that. Notice, y'all, that we as a Black community have replaced all of them with a new era of grassroots activists. I'm one of them. Notice that. Think about how much you saw Talcum X in 2020. Think about how you don't never see that dude no more. Think about D-Ray, don't never see him. Cadillac Mallory, don't never see her. You don't see the Black Lives Matter people no more because they know, notice this, fam, they try to create people, but you can't create something that's supposed to be organic. Foundational Black Americans, our grassroots efforts are organic. There's real organic nature. That's why we got a real movement. The difference is when you look at somebody like me, Black Alpha, you look at my brother, Marcel Dixon. These are men of the people. When you start looking at them, the people didn't know who the hell they were. Black folks are like, who the fuck is this dude? Y'all remember when the brothers and sisters in Ferguson, the real riders, was holding it down, and then Black Lives Matter popped up out of nowhere? We're getting the microphone and pivoting the energy. Remember brothers and them were out there saying, hey, we need to stand on business for George Floyd, for Mike Brown. And then what ended up happening? Next thing you know, some big ass, big back, barefoot, big bucket of chicken talking person talking about my peoples. She pops up saying, y'all need to let the women speak. But our certified sisters was standing next to the brothers. You had the certified brothers, certified sisters right there in Ferguson, Missouri, and they was holding it down. And then you had just weirdos popping up, talking about what about gay lives matter? What about the fruit by the foots matter? And then everything started to pivot. Then it turned into vote blue no matter who. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember? Y'all know what happened to all of those activists, those grassroots activists out there in Ferguson? What happened to them? What happened? How many of them? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying. What happened to all of them? And then out of nowhere, you start getting these Black Lives Matter people that we didn't know. I remember hearing this one brother, I don't know who he is. If you're listening, fam, certified salute. I remember this one brother calling into a radio show. And he said, I'm one of the Black men in Ferguson that ran Jesse Jackson the F out of Ferguson. They said that they were in Ferguson standing on business with before Mike Brown. And they said Jesse Jackson showed up talking about boycott McDonald's in Florida. What? What the hell? And remember, the brothers and sisters in Ferguson ran Jesse Jackson out of there. A lot of people don't remember that. Remember Jesse Jackson got ran off the block? Al Sharpton got ran off the block. They ran him off the block in Baltimore as well. They don't come around the grassroots, fam, because they know we run this stuff. They know what it is. But y'all remember that? They was running them out, fam. They was standing on business, holding it down for Mike Brown. Jesse Jackson showed up and started saying, we need to boycott Florida McDonald's. I'm not lying. And they ran his ass out of there. Yep. So this is the play that they've always used with Black Lives Matter. And then we got to the point where we just got them out of there. Fam, we can essentially say the foundational Black American grassroots has completely annihilated Black Lives Matter. Because they thought, fam, Black Lives Matter was supposed to be here for the next 20 years. I'm telling you that today. They were supposed to be here for 20 years. They would spray paint that on all these different things. That's why I say they scam people. But do y'all understand that logo, Black Lives Matter? Do you know how much money they made off of that? Do you know they were showing Black Lives Matter way to hell on the other side of the planet? The NBA started using it, the NFL. Do you know somebody was getting massive money? This ain't just a bunch of little chumps out here. So they was throwing bags to a hell of a lot of people. And we ran all their asses off the block. So for every one of those fake activists, think about now. I want you for real now. Think about 2012, 2020, and think about today. Look at the new activists that you see that really represent foundational Black America grassroots. And think about all them old ones that ain't here no more. Let me show you another one that don't nobody know who the hell this individual is, fam. Look at this one. Another person pops up talking more reckless. These are a lot of aging, older people, don't know who they are. Like, who are these people? You don't recognize these individuals, family. And I'm sorry, man, I'm looking at some of these people. I don't know, but I'm not sure if these people are the lineage. You got to question everything. But watch this right here, family. Watch her rhetoric.
This family should not wait for justice. And remember, we fought for Jamar Clark. We occupied a precinct for Jamar Clark. We did not get justice for Jamar Clark. But when the city burned, after George Floyd, all of a sudden there were some charges. So for those who are on the media talking about, don't burn it down, don't set it on fire, let me tell you this, we need justice and we need it now.
Yeah. No, hell no. Black Americans do not sponsor, Black Americans do not co-sign this criminal rhetoric. Nope, we don't support burning nothing down. Matter of fact, we were telling everybody that wasn't something we supported when they were doing it. Notice this, she's sitting here taking credit for burning stuff. Don't you know that's arson? Don't you know that's terroristic behavior? Fam, these people are paid for ops. These are agents right here, family. These are straight up agents. And I'll be honest with you, that ain't no Black American right here. That ain't no Black American at all. That ain't no Black American at all. Did she just sit there and threaten to burn stuff down? And then say we did it before, we'll do it again? Nah, bruh. This ain't us.
Those who are on the media talking about, don't burn it down, don't set it on fire, let me tell you this, we need justice and we need it now. Yeah. Because what happens after that is on your pants.
Nope. All power to the people. Nah. Then got to throw in power to the people real quick because you got to sound like a revolutionary. Y'all know I've been warning everybody about these decoys. You got to watch these decoys. There's a hell of a lot of these black decoys or melanated decoys that try to pretend like they're really black folks. Fam, you got to be very cautious of these people. You got to talk. And fam, these individuals are going to come out here and they're going to start saying all these crazy things that don't add up, things that don't compute. And they try to dump that off on Black Americans. This is why I tell everybody delineation is good because we have created a separation now. All right. Black Lives Matter is a shunned, a disgraceful organization that has nothing to do with black people. And you got to continuously say that. So that's hammered home. So everybody understands they not us and we're not them. See, what they want to do is, fam, they like to come up with fake organizations that have white masters that are supposed to represent black people. How many of you guys remember when they used to go around and they would kind of try to Black Lives Matter all of us? Remember that? Remember they'd be like, you're Black Lives Matter, aren't you, Jerome? Jerome, you look like you're Black Lives Matter. What about you, Tamika? You're Black Lives Matter. You're one of those Black Lives Matter people. How many of you guys remember that? Remember they were trying to brand everybody Black Lives Matter and we kept pushing that off? Same way they try to brand us as immigrants now. See, tide has turned slight way. Back in the day, they used to always try to make everybody look like we were all Black Lives Matter. And black folks certified people like, hell no, we ain't Black Lives Matter. And white folks were still trying to push that until we made it clear. No, we are not them and they not us. And then now we got clear, and that's why FBA's been standing over here on our own. So delineation is a powerful thing. Yeah, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? They used to come up to every black person, and they would be like, man, I know you Black Lives Matter. You look like one of them Black Lives Matter. Thinking we were going to like defend them. How do I know, fam? Because I remember situations when we were going in on Black Lives Matter, and when we went in on Black Lives Matter, white folks was looking like, I thought you were supposed to be defending them. Ain't you one of them? Y'all all the same now. No, the hell we not. No, the hell we not. And family, let's talk about this as well as we continue, as we proceed. These individuals have been out here trying to run that game on us, and we know. Let me tell you how you know it's a play, how you know it's a scam, and how you know it's a hustle. Do you know now they're sending out their big back W women? Yep, looking like big ass goddamn Miracle Whip jars. So let me show you this, fam. This person is a Miracle Whip jar with arms. But I'm going to tell you, she comes out and she starts talking that Black Lives Matter rhetoric again. Okay, look at this. More and more of this is going on. And by the way, let me say this. The Renee Good was unalived earlier this week. Within 24 hours, they had a Black Lives Matter press conference, all bought and paid for with signs and everything. And then they had all these speakers that just popped up to the forefront. Within 24 hours, the liberals were in the streets burning things down. And within 24 hours, they were already trying to designate this as a black issue. Somebody is coming up with these plans mighty fast. So this is why we're looking at this situation and we're saying this situation clearly shows signs of being contrived. How? Because we've seen this before. We know the play in which they do. They immediately try to tie this into black folks. They get all of their fake decoy operatives. They give them these press conferences, lickety split, and then they're on the front line. They're trying to make it a black issue. Difference then and now, they can't make it a black issue because black Americans, we told them what the hell it is. Remember, y'all, we ain't just trying to create something. We're enforcing something. So we're all enforcers of the code. And the code is get the hell out of here because you ain't FDA and you damn sure ain't certified. Fam, they sending out Becky, who's trying to tell us that Black Lives Matter is an organization that is for the people. Watch this.
You know how mad and helpless you feel right now? Because you watched a woman get executed in broad daylight by a system that's sponsored by your tax dollars? Well, that's how Black people feel all the time. And I think personally that that's why Black people die younger than white people. That's my personal belief, is that the stress and the anger and the mental load of that kills them. But that's why Black Lives Matters existed, because they have to watch people who look like them get killed.
Stop. What the hell this got to do with the W woman who was unalive? What that got to do with us? Fam, why are they even talking about black folks? Truly, this has nothing to do with what happened in Minnesota. You're talking about a W woman, a W ICE agent, and they was fighting for Julio Romero. Ain't black in none of that. So why is Black Lives Matter and what black folks go through? And now they're trying to explain to the dominant society what black folks go through. One, we don't give a damn. And two, that does not even fit this conversation. It has nothing to do with it, fam. You might as well bring up Labradors. You might as well sit here and bring up a damn Labrador. You might as well bring up anything other than. Bring up a pit bull. Bring up a damn Rottweiler. They got as much to do with this conversation as black folks do. Matter of fact, they got more because the damn dog was in the back seat when they papped it on the live, Renee Goodmayo. A damn dog was present. By the way, did y'all see that? A dog was in the back seat. Much respect to that dog. I'm sorry, you can't control who your owners are. You can't control the fact that your owner is psychopathic and wants to try to hit agents with their cars. So shout out to that dog, okay? I think it was a German Shepherd. So dogs got more to do with this situation because the dog was present. We weren't present. Same way we ain't present in none of your bullish, hold on, let me say this. Your bullish, for those in the back, protests and rallies, and your unaliving of people. None of that has something to do with us.
And then they have to listen to the justification of that. And that weighs on you as a human being. And Black Lives mattered. And people over property mattered. And defund the police should have happened. You know how mad and helpless you feel right now? Because you watched.
There you go. There you go. Trying to tie us into it. Let me tell you about the black folks. Let me say something else that happened, right? Dog lives matter. Yeah, hey, remember, with us, it was everything matters. Man, everything matters. Giraffes matter and all that. Well, I guess everything matters now too, huh? Let me tell you what really matters. It matters that you mad because we don't care. Let me say this as well, family. Shout out to the certifieds. I see y'all. Remember all of that defund the police? That wasn't coming from black Americans. Let's say this straight. Fam, let's make this clear. The foundational black American grassroots, what happened with all of those situations like Mike Brown, Freddie Gray, Alton Sterling, Philando Castile? What happened? We were talking about police getting prosecuted for unaliving black people. We were talking about an anti-black American hate crime law. It was Black Lives Matter that showed up and said, let's abolish the damn police. These radical, long-gated ass things. That wasn't us. See, this is why delineation is so purposeful. Not only have we delineated from all the dusty, musty, rusty tethers, we've also delineated from all the individuals who are ops and decoys working with the dominant society. That wasn't foundational black Americans in the grassroots that were talking that talk. We were simply saying that was an unjust unaliving. That MFer need to go to jail. That MFer right there needs to be held accountable. That MFer right there and all of the system, they all need to be brought up on charges. We weren't running around here talking about some, get rid of all the police. That's it. Just get them all gone. All that radical stuff, fam. Didn't that sound like that crazy liberal talk? Didn't that sound like the liberal talk? That was real liberal talk right there. That should get rid of everything. And then they went out there and the people were saying it. And then that's how stuff ended up getting switched and flipped and everybody turned into something different. So we're not going for none of that. No. We ain't going for none of that. But let me tell you something that they're talking about. this brother, Keith Porter Jr., 43-year-old father, okay, father of two. He was unalived. Okay, let me tell you how dastardly these people are. Remember earlier I said who enjoys Black Americans being unalived more than the Democratic Party? And they'll take anything bad that happens to us so they can try to get some comeuppance off of it. Family, did you guys see the Keith Porter Jr. brother that was killed out in LA? Let me tell you what ended up happening. This brother went outside on New Year's and he started firing his weapon into the sky. A lot of Black folks, we do that, especially in the country, you know what I'm saying, on New Year's or whatever. I personally wouldn't have shot off an AR-15, but it is what it is. And a off-duty ICE agent ended up unaliving him. And immediately the liberals started to say, what? An ICE agent did it, trying to make it look like they were apprehending him for being an illegal and then unalived him, trying to make it look like we're Julio Romero. They're leaving out the fact that it was an off-duty ICE agent. Now, let me tell you what an off-duty ICE agent is. That's a supremacist who works for ICE, who is off-duty. He's still a supremacist, but it wasn't in the field of apprehending someone to deport Black folks. They're trying to spin it and make it look like it's a situation where we were being apprehended unjustly and they deporting all the Black people. That's what they were doing. They left out all of the fact that this guy was off duty. Off duty. You're talking about an agent who ends up unaliving somebody who's off duty, but they make it look like, well, you know, he was just snatching up Black folk, man. He was trying to apprehend 6 Black folks and send them to Venezuela. That's what's happening. Do you see the trickery in the play on words and the way they do these things, fam? Let me show y'all the story. And I want y'all to notice the way that they spin the words around, fam. We're going to make it clear. The ICE agent who was off duty is a supremacist. He just wasn't an on-duty ICE agent supremacist that was trying to deport Black people. And I know what you really want to do is you want to paint this picture and persuade us to believe that he was deporting me and you and all of us. I know what you're trying to do here, but it goes to show you. Notice they're not talking about an unjust unaliving of this brother. They're not talking about the system of supremacy. They're not talking about anti-Black racism. They skip over all those things that I just mentioned because those things don't fit the narrative of ICE agent trying to deport Negroes. You see, they don't give a damn about Keith Porter Jr. They don't give a damn about him. They care more so about them painting a narrative that can get us to go vote blue, the same way they did with Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Rashard Brooks, and many more. Watch this right here, family. This is what I'm talking about. These individuals are desperate as hell, and they're going to use this young brother as a catalyst to gain votes. Despicable.
Oh my God, he just loves so deeply. Just days into the new year, the mother of 43-year-old Keith Porter is still filled with grief and disbelief. According to law enforcement, her son Keith fired celebratory gunshots in the air with an AR-15 style rifle outside his apartment complex on New Year's Eve.
Armed with an AR-15 rifle, possibly suffering from a gunshot wound.
An LAPD report states the off-duty federal officer confronted Porter, identified himself as law enforcement, and claims Porter fired toward him, prompted the officer to return fire.
What should have been a simple arrest and possible a citation has turned into a death sentence.
The family's attorney says this all could have been avoided.
But instead of staying in his apartment for a trained law enforcement officer from LAPD to respond, he made the premeditated and calculated decision to grab a firearm.
Fox 11 reached out to the Department of Homeland Security. In a statement, the department said the off-duty ICE officer bravely responded to an active shooter situation at his apartment complex. In order to protect his life and that of others, he was forced to defensively use his weapon. DHS goes on to say their officer immediately called police.
According to his version, Keith shot 3 shots towards him. We have questions on if there was any shell casing recovered from Keith's weapon that would indicate he in fact fired the weapon 3 times.
Keith's family and their attorneys say they have yet to find a witness to corroborate that the father of 2 fired towards the off-duty officer.
Now, DHS tells me they're referring any further questions to LAPD, which is currently investigating. We reached out to LAPD earlier today to see if they have yet to identify that off-duty ICE agent. They responded saying as of right now, they have nothing further to share on this case.
Freeze. Fam, shout out to you on the chat. Great one. Somebody asked, where is Ben Crump? Ben Crump is the one who posted this. There you go, fam. There you go. There's your answer right there, family. Shout out to y'all. That right there is Ben Crump posting it. Look what Ben Crump said in his caption. He says, Keith Porter, a 43-year-old father of two, He said his family, there was no proof of that he fired on anyone. Department of Homeland Security claims that the agent acted in self-defense, but offers no evidence to support that. Notice that he also emphasized an off-duty ICE agent. There you go, family. And I want everybody to notice this as well. Did you see Jasmine Crockett crying about that situation? Did you see that? I didn't see Jasmine Crockett crying about that. What about Conscious Fleroy? Was Conscious Fleroy talking about it? I see that Conscious Fleroy and Jasmine Crockett only entered the chat when they could point at a W woman, but they didn't say nothing about this brother. And then all the other people I see, they're trying to make it look like it was an ICE situation. To be honest, y'all, this was not an ICE situation. This was a white supremacist situation. Soon as he's off duty, it ain't got nothing to do with ICE. Soon as he's not at work, it ain't got nothing to do with deportation. They're trying to paint a picture that the black man was being deported and apprehended because they're going to come get all black folks. They don't care about that brother. They don't care about his family. Same way they didn't care about Trayvon Martin or Mike Brown or Sandra Bland or Corinne Gaines. They seen an opportunity of a black man being unalived, skipped over the supremacist aspect, skipped over the anti-black American hatred, and they immediately honed in on ICE agent. You can't tell me the Democrats weren't smiling when they found out an off-duty ICE agent unalived a black man. And they said, you know what? We'll just leave out the part that he was off duty because that ain't sexy enough. That doesn't look like black folks is going to get deported, and that ain't going to really drum up the Negroes to go vote for the Democrats come the midterms. You got to always watch what they do. They always got a little sneaky play involved. They said, be real quiet and hush-hush with this being an off-duty ICE agent. Because when we find out that it's an off-duty ICE agent, now the conversation leaves ICE and it starts turning into the police department and white supremacy. They don't give a damn about that. Same way they don't give a damn about an anti-black American hate crime law. Y'all notice this? Look how much they do for these illegals. They crying. They throwing press conferences. They putting up all these unalived people. They jumping in front of cars. Did anybody do any of this for black Americans when black Americans were unalived every single day? Let me tell you something. If you have that energy for black folks, you're not at a loss for different cases in which you can have emotions for. If you want emotions for black people, you go ahead and pick the millions of us who are unalived and go ahead and render your emotions over there. So how come there's millions of black Americans that this unjust behavior goes on towards, and y'all ain't got one damn tear for that? But you got one goddamn Mayo woman, you got one burrito lady, and then you're having Niagara Falls with tears when it comes to them. See, it ain't hard to see the play because these people are played out. It ain't hard to tell that these people have anti-black American sentiments and they're always trying to bamboozle us. Let me tell you something. I told my mother this earlier today. Me and my mom were talking. I said, let me tell you what politics is in America. It's 101 ways of telling black people you ain't going to do shit for them without getting caught saying it. That's what politics is in America. It's 101 different ways of telling black folks you ain't going to give them nothing without just saying, I ain't going to give you nothing. That's what it is. And also remember that 100% of your time having a conversation with somebody outside of our community is going to be that person trying to scam you. You can trust and believe, as sure as the sky's blue, that these individuals, when they're talking to you, they're talking to you to hustle you, scam you. All they know is scam language when they're talking to a black person. They don't know friendship. They don't know allyship. They don't know they don't know morals. They don't know ethics. Only language they talk to us is how can I scam this Negro and not get caught doing it? And here's the thing. This era done showed up and done put it into all of that. So what used to work before doesn't work now. And that's why I say this new norm ain't going nowhere. We shutting all of that down. You tell me one thing to go on right now with somebody bamboozling us and it's working. Tell me where. It don't exist. Now, in the past, I can tell you. In the past, I can show you. But ever since this grassroots certified movement showed up, all the scams are over with, and that's why you're seeing so much discourse going on in the United States of America. And how do you think this, fam? Let me tell you. You think it's a coincidence that soon as delineation showed up with the Black American grassroots, the whole damn country is at a civil war? You think there's a coincidence there? Do you not see the parallels? Can you not connect the dots? As soon as delineation showed up, now every group in America is fighting each other. They out here papping W's in the street, fam. I'm keeping counting. I'm looking. You got Charlie Kirk and you got Renee Good. Both W's, one man, one woman. This didn't go on before delineation. So do you see how these individuals always need us? And the fact now that we have stepped out and we have delineated and separated from them, do you see how they crash out? Damn right. Let me show you even furthermore. Fam, look at this right here. Look what the NAACP put out. Look at this, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, look at this. That is from the NAACP. What are you hiding? Comparing ICE to the KKK. ICE is a federal organization that is funded by the government to deport people who have been in this country illegally, illegal entries, criminal threats. KKK represents years of anti-Black lynching, maiming, and you name the dastardly thing. You see what I'm saying with these individuals? They don't give a damn about what goes on with us. They prefer us to suffer because when we don't suffer, they don't get votes. Their number one mechanism for gaining and garnering votes for Black Americans is pointing out what bad has happened to us, putting it on a poster, putting it on an ad, and nowadays making a TikTok video about it. But do they give a damn about anything that goes on to the point where they make policies and laws? Let me ask you a question, Black Americans. Do you see more of this right here? False comparisons between illegals and Black Americans, ICE agents and KKK? Do you see more of that from liberals? Or do you see more pen to paper writing laws that benefit us and protect us from that? Question I put on the table to my certified foundational Black Americans as we view this filth right here in front of your screen. Do you see more Democrats using our pain and suffering and making false comparisons about our pain? Or do you see more pen to paper and policies? Right now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you judge it off of them perpetrating all of these frauds, opposed to them actually doing something, it's night and day. They don't give a damn about what goes on with Black Americans. They only use it. Again, though, here's the good news. You can put all that out, but it ain't moving nobody. Is this the first time y'all seen that? How many of y'all seen that? The NAACP put that out, family. And I only seen it because I was researching. It ain't get to your average everyday brother and sister because your average everyday brother and sister popping that damn popcorn. We don't give a F. So that shows you again that they're always trying to draw this parallel between us and illegals so they can get us to vote for them so they can get benefits to illegals that eventually will replace us. I tell everybody, voting for the Democratic Party is like training your replacement. Anybody who's ever worked in corporate America, you may work there for 20 years. New person comes in straight out of college, your ass starts training them. A year later, the person you training is in your office and your ass got a pink slip. You trained your replacement. That's been going on for years, and that's exactly what's happening with the Democratic Party and the illegals. Problem for them, though, is that the grassroots showed up and shut it all down. That's why you're seeing so much turmoil, so much beefing and feuding and fighting in the streets. And this is why we about to start tagging Donald Trump. We about to start tagging J.D. Vance and anybody who is down to abolish the NAACP, and we've already destroyed Black Lives Matter. So you're dealing with two non-existent organizations that were created to try to stifle Black Americans, but Black Americans certified grassroots in this era ended up stifling them and destroyed them in the process. Now, let me tell you even furthermore, y'all. Look at this right here. This is what we mean by the lawlessness from these individuals and how they think that they out here doing something good. But in reality, they crashing out and we enjoying the damn show. Now, fam, they're sending out Julio Romero Gonzalez. But let me tell you about Julio Romero Gonzalez. Do you know now you've got these illegals? I believe this guy I'm about to show you is an illegal. But family, they're out here talking about they're going to bring weapons to the next ICE protest. And he said he's going to do it by any means necessary. You see why regulating is a full-time swing? You see why we regulate 24/7? The moment you slip and say, I ain't going to regulate today, I'm going to take a break. you start getting this. Family, I showed y'all, black politicians is crying. They're trying to connect what happened to the brother in LA to deportation, to we all gonna get deported. I showed you the NAACP drawing the terrible false comparison between ICE and the KKK. Now I'm going to show you Pedro, who's out here acting like Malcolm X. He thinks he's Martinez X. Look at this right here, family. This is why we separate, delineate, and regulate away from all of these people. Check this out. Julio Romero says he's going to bring weapons to the next ICE protest, and he's going to do it by any means necessary. You cannot make this up, but it's reality.
With no cause and people for trying to flee and for obeying a command to leave the area, and then her in the face like that after she drops her kid off at school. We have to show up with. We have to. There's no other way around it. I don't care if I don't have a Minnesota carry permit. I'm unarmed right now, but this is the last time I show up to face these guys without a weapon. There's no way. I got with a pepper ball 5 minutes after walking in here. I never laid a finger on them. I never raised a hand to them. I've only been using my voice. The time for speaking is over. The time for niceties is over. The time for peace is over. They fired the first. It is time to end this by any means necessary.
You're talking about
no Martinez X. Don't you come around here using Malcolm. Boy, they love black folks, man. We be free in these people's minds. How we ain't even present in none of this stuff, but they always bringing us up. This man, hell no. He straight up said he bringing a weapon the next time around. Damn.
The time for peace is over. They fired the first. It is time to end this by any means necessary.
You're talking about, potentially going to a dark place in this country. Do you foresee
We're there. This is the dark place. This is the dark time. We have people being sent to Salvadorian concentration camps. We got other countries being raided for their oil. We're in the dark time. There's no way out of this. There's no voting our way out of this. We can't wait till November. There's no waiting to the ballot.
Wait, look at this, family. He's talking about Malcolm X, right? The sign behind him is a Martin Luther King sign with a rainbow on it. So they're trying to rainbow Luther King here. Look at that, family. You got Malcolm X being spoken of and a Martin Luther King sign in the background.
There's no voting our way out of this. We can't wait till November. There's no waiting to the ballot box. We need to get to the box. That's the only way. If there was another way, I'd be advocating for it. I've spoken peacefully. I've marched peacefully. I marched without Sharpton. I marched on Washington. I've been peaceful. I've acted peacefully. The time for peace is over. The time for any means necessary is right now.
Fam, what the hell is going good? So, look what we got right there. We've got Martinez X, and he said, by any refried beans necessary. So you can go ahead and buy any beans necessary, and you can do that way the hell over there, but not right here. You ain't welcome. I never thought I'd see Martinez X. I never did. I never thought I would see Martinez X. I never thought I would see Martinez Luther King, and I never thought I'd see by any refried beans necessary. But fam, that's what they're doing. And they serious out here in the streets. I believe some of these people are actors, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think all of them are actors. I think the Black Lives Matter people are actors. The ones having these press conferences that we ain't never seen them before, all those decoys, those are actors. I believe individuals like him, I believe he really feels that way because black folks ain't out here putting on no capes for him. A lot of this stuff is real in the field. Separate the one who is getting paid versus the one who is just broken. That dude broken. And all of these people need to go ahead and get locked up in the process. These people are out here down bad. And it shows you again, when Black Americans aren't helping you out, you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go, and you don't know where anything is coming from next. We already seen Muhammad Luther King. Now there's Martinez Luther King. Fam, they just coming up with all these damn Luther Kings, ain't they? So they on their own, take your refried beans, okay, and have a great time over there because I'm sure ICE going to be pulling up on you, if not the Department of Homeland Security. And y'all all going to have to deal with those situations while we sit back and watch. See, fam, this is picture perfect. It puts us in a great position, right? Politically. We've been talking about this for the last 2-3 years. However, it's only getting better and better and better for us. What I mean by that is this. Foundational Black Americans have an agenda and an objective and a goal that we desire to accomplish. Reparations, anti-Black American hate crime bill, tangibles, resources, benefits, uplifting of the community, economics, education, resources, enforcement, all of the above. These individuals are feuding and fighting. That means they stop in their car. So you got to understand, her stopping their car. Some of them ain't stopping their car because they want to. Some of them is stopping cars because they're trying to hit people and they're getting that pop, and then the car just goes and crashes into a pole. Not that type of car stopping, but it's still car stopping in the process while they're fighting. Black Americans aren't doing any of that. We're still out here making gains and still going. We still talking about how to get it. We still out here really delineating, separating, regulating to the point to where we get what we got to get. Everybody else is in full battle mode. And one of the things that you're going to start seeing with these people in full battle mode, brothers and sisters, they're going to try everything that they can. But like I told you before, you got to ask yourself this question. Is any of that working? That's what I ask you. Tell me what they're doing a lot, but tell me what's working. Nothing. Nothing's going in their favor. So they're breaking down full speed ahead. They're putting out propaganda. The propaganda is not serving anything, and it's not moving the public. It's not moving the crowd. It's not moving anybody. And we still over here and we popping popcorn. And one of the things, fam, that they didn't bring up is that ICE agent, somebody tried to run him over just a couple weeks ago. So he almost got ran over a couple weeks ago, turned around, and then he had to deal with that right there. Okay. So when you're talking about getting ran over and you're talking about getting snatched up, when you're talking about all these things have nothing, and I do mean nothing, to do with Black Americans. And that's a good thing. The best position you ever want to be in this particular climate, brothers and sisters, is a position of being on your own, because the war is here. How many of y'all are getting a strong vibe? And I just literally had this conversation yesterday. I'm getting a strong vibe about what's popping off in America, right? Fam, I believe this summer is going to be absolutely crazy because there's a lot of things at play here. A lot of things at play. There are several civil wars going on in America, whether they call them by name or not. It definitely is. There's an invader war going on in the United States of America because the immigration system is completely twisted backwards and there's no laws. We talked about this before. Somebody tell me, what are the laws in America in terms of immigration? What are the laws for it? I don't understand, because I got one political party that goes by the law on paper and says if you are an illegal entry into this country, you will be deported. And if you run, you will be apprehended. That's what the law says on paper. The Democrats, on the other hand, I want everybody to inform me, what are the Democrats' policies for immigration? We got a very crazy situation going on here where, what are the Democrats saying? That illegals can stay, that if you're an illegal, you can't be arrested, that we have a city where if you're a criminal, you can come to and hide and you're exempt from the law. Where the hell else in America does that go on? When does that ever apply to any American citizen? You got two different strong beliefs on immigration here. One group that says illegals got to go, and the others basically say no rules. The Democrats are basically telling us, family, there's no rules with immigration in the United States. There are no rules. You can't apprehend these people. We should have open borders, even if it's a criminal who came here and broke the law. And when they got here, they broke the law. ICE are really just criminals who are trying to apprehend them. These aren't federal agents trying to arrest illegals. These are criminals trying to capture innocent people. I don't know what the laws are, family. And somebody's got to tell me. If not, this is only going to get worse. But that is what you see on the surface level. As we are professors and we break things down from a systematic standpoint, let's go a little bit further, brothers and sisters. When you look at it beyond the top layer and you get to the roots of the situation, you're seeing several different battles amongst the way the system of supremacy is going to function. The system of supremacy is always going to be the dominant culture that these people always push forward. However, you've always had different tactics of supremacy. One supremacist wants to do it this way. One supremacist wants to do it that way. What you're seeing right now is the supremacist who says we want to operate in a system of supremacy with a bunch of illegals doing all the dirty work versus the supremacist who says, no, it's going to be Mayo all damn day long. This has always been a battle of liberal and conservative. Anytime you hear liberal and conservative, I want you to always hear just different tactics. Malcolm X, not Martinez X, Malcolm X, the foundational Black American, he said a long time ago, they only differ within tactics. So I want you to see right now, They're looking at the way America's changing in terms of demographics. And you're going to have the supremacist who wants to evolve and say, listen, why should we do all the supremacist dirty work when we can get the illegals? See, Black Americans don't go along with what we tell them to do, and they always fight back. So let's go get us a bunch of people from all over the world, all those third world countries. You got to remember, when Donald Trump says third world countries, he says it in a negative light. He says it as if these are bad people. When the liberals talk about a third world country, you notice it's always sympathetic. It's always emotional. Look at the images that they provide to you via television, social media, so on, so forth, et cetera, et cetera. Look at it. Whenever the liberals tell you about a third world country, it's look at little Romero. He hasn't eaten in days because his father was killed by a cartel. Wouldn't it be better if little Romero and little Pedro came here to America on your taxpayer dollars? Be a good Christian. That's how the liberals and the Democrats talk about third world countries. Very nice and sweet. However, the Republicans call them S-hole countries, and these people are moochers, and they need to get the hell out. You see all the signs of why the system of supremacy is battling each other. So when you have that conflict going on internally amongst males, you also have Pedro. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is a very much an invader war going on. There's a lot of wars going on. Mayo on mayo, burrito, Brussels sprouts, a hell of a lot of things. But the invaders don't want to leave America. That's really what it is. You got to remember, the invaders were told that they can come into the United States of America and they can eat off the system. They were spoiled. You tell me anytime somebody's been spoiled and then they just turn around and say, okay, I leave. What you thought was going to happen? Family, when Joe Biden was president, in 4-year span, they ended up bringing in what I heard on the books. Remember, at first they said 5 million, 5 went to 10, 10 immediately shot up to 15, 15 went to 20. I heard on the books and off the books collectively, there was about 28 million illegals that came into America in 4 years. Not to mention the millions who were already here. Not to mention the ones who were able to sneak in recently. You think all of those 40, 50, 100 million folks are just going to go home? When the white man said, here, you can have EBT card, here goes some money, here goes a high rise, you cater to them. This is an illegal invader war where they're telling everyone they're not leaving. They're not leaving America. Fam, it's on. It's on. Listen, since we can't get along, we got to get it on. These people are going to war right now. There is an illegal invader war. We used to look at these people and call them invaders, right? As they would come in military age, come across the border, do a bunch of different things, get into all these gangs. Family. Now you got to tell all them people to go home. You think El Treyragua's going home? Do you think all the people who harbor them are going home? When the Democrats get on TV and the Democrats been doing all the instigating, the Democrats just took kerosene and just poured it on a fire. And they have made our immigration laws pretty much irrelevant in America. Immigration laws in America are done for. The Democrats have made immigration laws in America irrelevant. They're non-existent. They have blurred the line so much that can't nobody give me a clear answer. What are America's immigration laws? You got one political party that essentially says anybody can come here at any time, and if you try to arrest them, you're a Gestapo tactical Nazi. And then you got the other side that says, no, these people illegally entered, they got to go home. And now they're battling in the streets on which one is going to reign supreme. And I ain't got no problem because none of this involves us. Again, they stopped the car, our car's still moving. Let me show y'all some of the signs that's going on in America. And by the way, fam, if it's hot in January, what the hell you think gonna happen in July? I'm already ready for it. Look at this though, fam. This is these people, and these are the signs of what's been going on in a mere matter of 4 days.
Oh my God. Out now! Out now!
They're trying to break into an ICE facility. Look at that. They're trying to break in. Where in the world could you do this in America, fam? Somebody tell me where this is behavior that's cool to do. Because, hey, if it's just like this and we're just lawless, they need to get on TV and tell us. They're trying to break in. What you gonna do? They said ICE out now. Okay, say the ICE agents come out. Then what? You gonna harm them? Are you gonna try to hit them with a car? Let's see. He chasing him. Look at that. He about to tackle him. Boom.
Just on that, they don't believe in that anymore. The Republican Party.
Whoa. Seeing. Whoa. Just watched a car nearly run over a protester. Maybe they did hit the protester. We're seeing some of the protesters chase down that car. Yep.
That's America. The sights and sounds of America during this illegal invasion war. There you go right there, family. You see it? That's what I'm talking about. I don't see no stopping none of this. I don't see no stopping none of it because this is all about votes. You got to remember, the Democrats don't give a damn about those people. The Democrats need those people for votes because remember, the Democrats never gave Black Americans anything. So what they ended up trying to do to Black Americans, they try to throw us under the bus and say, let's get these Black folks to keep on voting. We'll give them nothing. And then we'll replace them with illegals. Here's the problem. Illegals come to America and illegals vote predominantly for the Republican Party. So what's going to go on in between those two situations? You're going to have the illegals who want to stay, the illegals who want to go, the ones who want to fight. Fam, I don't see this going on any further because now the illegals feel that they got protection from the Democratic Party to continue these type of behaviors. And as this all went on right there in Minneapolis and Minnesota right there, let me tell you what ended up happening in Portland. In Portland, some people got papped as well. It was a couple. It was two illegals, and they were a couple, and I believe they're part of that El Tre Rengragua, whatever the hell it is, and they all ended up getting that clip, and that just shows you, fam, exactly what we're talking about, and it ain't gonna stop. And if this is moving and it's moving fast, cool. Again, foundational Black Americans, not our fight. Foundational Black Americans, stand down. And it's to the point, y'all, where we standing down so much that ain't nobody even gonna tell us to stand down because they already know what it is. We ain't moving. We ain't moving for nothing. Nothing is getting us involved. See, we're intelligent enough to know the way the game operates and the way it functions. So therefore, we saying, good, stay over there. Let me show y'all this. How many of y'all seen this? Shout out to all the brothers and sisters in Portland because they standing down in Portland as well. More breaking news out there, and it ain't too good.
And now tensions are flaring even higher in Portland, Oregon, after a Border Patrol agent shot a married couple there. At least 6 people were arrested yesterday and overnight during protests in Portland. And according to DHS now, the border agents there were conducting a quote unquote targeted vehicle stop of this married couple. They accused the couple of both being connected to the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua and claimed that during the stop, the driver tried to run over the agents, and that is why one of them fired a, quote, defensive shot. No agents were injured in this. The married couple, they were both shot, one in the arm, one in the chest. Both are in the hospital. And local leaders now are demanding that ICE and other federal agents leave the city.
What? Why does ICE have to leave when they were getting popped at? Again, prove my point. There ain't no laws. Tell me what the laws are. Okay, so it's basically out here telling them that these individuals just got to deal with it. So this is why things are getting very tricky in the United States because they're telling ICE that ICE has to deal with these people. The system of supremacy doesn't operate too good with one supremacist telling the other supremacist, because make no bones about it, supremacy is on both sides. But it doesn't operate and function too good when one supremacist is telling the other supremacists that they got to abide by what others want them to do. That ain't really the way the game moves. So what you have here is the liberals are telling the conservatives that if the brown man says something to the white man has to bow down to the brown man. Do you think the white conservative is going to go for that? Do you think Mr. MAGA is going to go for that? Do you think a bunch of MAGA W's are going to bow down to a bunch of brown Pedros because Joe Biden told them to? Because Hakeem Jeffries told them to? Because Jasmine Crockett told them to? That ain't how it worked. clashes are only going to come from that even further. So it shows you again, fam, there is nothing more than several civil wars going on inside of America. Several civil wars where I believe the average black person in America sitting back and saying, it ain't got nothing to do with us. The average thought process for them is, how can we get black folks involved? The average black person is thinking more along the lines of, we ain't getting involved no matter what.
Who was in the wrong with that Minnesota lady that lost her life? I'm not finna argue with y'all tonight, but I do know one thing. Y'all don't care about y'all kids enough like I care about mine. I'm not putting my life on the line for no stranger. I got somebody depending on me. My family's depending on me to come home every day. I'm not putting my life on the line for no strangers, yet alone people that's not even from here. If somebody told me ICE is coming to my city, which has already happened, I'm staying out the way. What do I look like going in the streets trying to protect people that's not even from here? Or whatever the situation is. They could be from here. I'm still not protecting a stranger in general. I got people depending on me. Don't forget that. They say, ICE is coming to your city in Minneapolis to figure out what's going on with Somali fraud. Thank you. Why in the world would I need to hit the streets and stop that? I don't know. I just know it don't seem like y'all care about y'all kids enough. I don't need my child to be fatherless. And I definitely don't need him to understand that he lost his father because his father was out there defending Somalis.
How many of y'all is going to put all of your kids on the side for Somalian? How many of y'all is going to put your family on the side? Your husband, your wife on the side? How many of y'all going to put the damn neighbor on the side and say, I'm going to go defend these people real quick? You know what I'm saying? I might not make it home, but I did this in the name of liberal justice. I don't think black Americans is on that, y'all. There's an attitude shift, a whole different adjustment where black Americans ain't going for none of that, man. We looking out for self. And that could be your local family, or that could just be your greater community, but we looking out for self. And that's why we went so far, because our focus has been on everything. Let me tell you something, fam, and I mean this all damn day long. You feel me? A lot of bums be chirping or whatnot, but all they are is just bums, all right? Whether you're talking or you quiet, you just a bum. And everybody's watching us, foundational black Americans. But I tell everybody, don't watch me, watch TV. All right, it'll last longer because FBA, we're going to be out your site so damn fast, you won't be able to blink because we're on the way to the top, family, and these people going down, crashing out real fast. Feel good to be number one. Let me tell y'all this as well. These people been out here trying to run these games on us with a hell of a lot of these little memes and these little ads that been coming out. They've been popping out left and right. Let me tell you another thing that these people have been kind of quietly trying to keep under wraps. Do y'all see they done went and did a GoFundMe for this lady? Y'all see that right there, fam? Y'all see, they went and said, we're going to get a GoFundMe together. They quick to go get a GoFundMe real fast. Fam, how come black Americans always got to fit the bill whenever a black American is unalive? Notice this, fam. You got to hear stories about Kyrie Irving paid for this person's funeral, right? You got to hear stories about other black luminaries and pillars in the community that ended up fitting the bill for situations with us. Y'all see how quick these individuals got together, threw their money in a little piggy bank and said, we going to rides for Megans. You see how quick, fam? You see how fast they said, oh, this is going to be good. We're going to take good care. You see what we saying? And good question in the chat. For what? Are you supporting criminality? Because this woman was participating in a criminal activity, no matter how you want to slice it. And her partner was running her mouth, talking very, very reckless about authorities. So I asked this question. Very, very true. Why in the hell are you trying to give this individual money when this individual is participating in degenerate behavior? Because degenerate behavior is what they love so damn much, y'all. And remember when I told everybody a couple months ago, they want to draw a comparison between black Americans, foundationals, and BLM? Let me say this again, family. I showed everybody months ago, I'm talking about way before these ICE protests popped off. I said, watch out for Black Lives Matter 2.0. And I said, they're going to try to make it look like FBA and BLM are the same thing. And now you see all these BLM decoys that are popping up. And this guy right here, how many of y'all remember when I showed y'all this? This man goes out his way to say FBA is BLM. Yes, the hell he does. And it shows you, fam, why we regulate these people every damn second. Watch this.
I'm gonna say it again. The FBA is BLM, which is BS, which is PSYOP. Yeah, PSYOP, baby. Listen. Don't get caught up. If you got that flag, burn it. If you got that flag, burn it. We had totems. Once again, we had totems. We chanted. We had staffs. We had polos. We had sticks. We had wood. What the fuck is a flag? I'm gonna say it again. The FBA is BLM, which is BS, which is PSYOP.
I played this video months ago because I knew they was trying to position Black Lives Matter for some type of fake comeback. And it makes me wonder, how in the hell can you have a comeback from being a fraudulent organization that scammed people out of billions of dollars and just come back normal? Fam, if somebody gets caught stealing billions of dollars and then they walk into the room the very next day and say, "What's up, big head?" They asses is working with the feds. And that tells you everything. FBA ain't no damn BLM, okay? And that ain't even gonna fly because we gonna shut that down quick because you could tell simply by using your eyes. We on two different times. You understand? We ain't got a bunch of starbursts and a bunch of fruit by the foot and a bunch of big backs. We ain't got that over here on this side. The certified sisters, 110. Certified brothers, 110. And there's a big ass difference between the two of them. And that shows you again, though, fam, that's what they've been trying to do, that Black Lives Matter hustle. Black Lives Matter is all involved in this, okay? You got to remember, the dominant society uses what I call recycled racism, all right? Their tactics aren't really verified. They use a bunch of tactics. When one is done, they'll dust off the old one, try to run it back. That's what they've been trying to do with all of this Black Lives Matter stuff. I knew it when the whole Aflini situation popped off. When you seen Aflini, I was like, oh, yeah, they're going to try to run a little Black Lives Matter thing. And that didn't get off the ground. So they said, well, let me come back and try it again. And they were waiting on a situation just like this to try to run the Black Lives Matter con game and hustle and scam. And Black Lives Matter, nah, ain't nobody on that. And they know what it is, fam. They hurt right now because none of that stuff is really moving the crowd. The crowd is sitting there looking and saying, nah, we ain't rocking with it because we have made their name dirt in the street. And that's another beautiful thing about being the grassroots. You make a hell of a lot of people's name trash. And these people's name is super trash. Nowhere to go. But let me tell you this as well. You start to see a lot of the Democratic shields and a lot of that Democratic shield energy start popping up out the woodwork. I mean, left and damn right, y'all. Okay. Let me show y'all this right here. This is what I mean. Here we go. This is more of these individuals trying to run that fake ass game and it ain't going nowhere. Let me tell you the difference though. These people are still trying to explain. Let me shut this down. There's this notion, and I'm hearing this coming from a lot of people who aren't certified. Okay, let's make this straight, fam. Certified. These individuals are running around trying to tell the dominant society, well, if it happened to us, it's going to happen to you. As if the dominant society doesn't welcome crashing out on their own who go off code. We understand that, though. Watch this. This woman is out here, and she's trying to do we told you, watch all of these disgruntled Democrats, all right? These are disgruntled Democrats, and they're trying to run that game of, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is a black issue. Watch this.
Now, of course, these agents just a woman in Minneapolis. Now, of course, they claim that the woman was trying to use her car to ram it into officers and was using it as a weapon and that they fired defensive shots. But if you believe that's telling you at this point, you're clearly not paying attention. And if you believe any initial narrative by a police officer, you clearly have not been paying attention. Remember what they said about George Floyd initially? They literally never mentioned the fact that an officer kneeled on his neck for 9 minutes, watched the life suck out of him. Remember what they said about Tyree Nichols? Talked about how he was pulled over for reckless driving and never mentioned the fact that they pulled out and beat this man senseless.
And George Floyd have to do with the woman who tried to run over an agent with her vehicle. None of this has ever happened. Fam, you ain't never heard no story about no black American trying to mow down an officer with their damn car. That right there is case closed. The comparisons is done right there. But you see, they got to bring us up, and they look at her face. She looked desperate, don't she? What about George Floyd? Next thing you know, fans, she's gonna be like, ain't this similar to Rodney King? Remember Rodney King, right? What about Megan Evers? The same thing happened to him too, didn't it? No, it didn't. Only one who believes this is you. Hell, you don't believe it. And your tactics of punctified Black Lives Matter energy is destroyed.
ICE has only been used as a vehicle for violence and terror in our cities. And they have now somebody.
One day y'all will understand and get that they always have tested things on us. So that way they can implement it on all of you. They always test things on us. So that way they can successfully implement it on everyone. Black people have been trying to tell y'all about policing, military, all those things. We have told y'all, we have warned y'all. That's what the Black Lives Matter protests were about. It's about the fact that if they can do this to us, it's only a matter of time before they do it to you. We were the experiments. Unfortunately, the people of color were the experiments. The Latin community were the experiments. The immigrants were the experiments. They tested it on them.
Stop, man, get the hell out of here. Boy, I can't stand somebody who's a fool and think that they cooking. She thinks she's trying to tell us about supremacy while she's clearly indoctrinated by it. We tried to tell y'all that they used us first, that we was the guinea pig and we were the first ones. Let me say this, brothers and sisters. God, I swear, see, the Democrats swear that there's some type of like crusader against supremacy when they the biggest damn supremacist minion in the room, all right? She subscribes to left-wing supremacy, but out here trying to act like she's the Black Panther Party, all right? Your ass ain't nothing but a dominant society, liberal, NUT hugger. Let me tell y'all this. They are not experimenting on Black people. Who the hell is they? Let me tell you what she's trying to do. Whenever they say, we try to tell y'all, they do it to Black folks, then they do it to Latinos, and then they'll do it to white people. That's making it sound like it's not a racial system of white supremacy. It's really a class system of the hierarchy based on finance. No, classism fits inside of white supremacy. How do you know this? Is because a W could be from the trailer park and they will be favored above a Black person who's a billionaire. Barack Obama, melanated mop president. He was an MOPP, all right? He was a melanated other person president, and he was getting checked by people in the trailer park. Don't let them people try to make it look like it's a class thing where they're really just targeting poor folks. That lets supremacy off the hook. That's one of the old tactics that the dominant society has done for a long time. They always do that. They would prefer to make it about finances because that takes the spotlight off of color. Remember that, family. They always try to pull that one. It's the higher ups. It's the Illuminati. That's all it's the Illuminati, bro. Y'all remember that a couple years ago when they was trying that hard as hell? It's not about race, bro. It's the Illuminati, dude. And they'll come after me just as fast as they'll come after you because all they care about is money. No, all they care about is anti-Blackness. This is not about classism. You can't money your way out of supremacy. You can't good finance your way out of supremacy. You can't good credit your way out of supremacy. If that's the case, then how come all the Black people who got money is still getting stretched out and getting bodied? That's what she's trying to do. And the fact that you're trying to explain to these W's, they know it's their system. This little thing like the W's don't get it and we got to teach them about their culture. It's called white supremacy, meaning she knows it very well because she grew up in it and it's a culprit from her. Her grandmama taught her. Her grandmama taught her. Same way how we sit here and we tell everybody that grandma told us that we're the indigenous people and built America. That's what we talk about at our dinner table with our soul food. At their dinner table with no seasoning, they're sitting there talking about supremacy based on their grandma. They passed down supremacy. Supremacy is a culture. The term, if you ever notice, brothers and sisters, that they never want to apply or connect to supremacy is the term culture, because a culture immediately tells you that millions, if not billions of people participate in it. Culture tells you it's multi-generational. Culture tells you it's multi-continental. It tells you a lot of different factors that they don't want to be highlighted because they want to make it look like it's about one singular thing. They want to make it look like it's about that one little loose screw in the machine. And if we just fix that screw, everything will go away. We tell you that it's the whole damn machine. So always be cautious and teach your children that white supremacy is a system. That's why we call it the SOS, system of supremacy. We don't call it the screw in the machine. We don't call it the nail in the machine. We don't call it one piece of the system. The whole system is a system based on anti-blackness and elevating the dominant society based on nothing but anti-blackness. So she thinks that she's trying to put people on game. She's not putting people on game. She's someone who clearly is an individual who's a fool, who don't understand the system of supremacy. And you got to watch these people who come out and make it look like they teaching you and they telling you so much about it. Then them damn selves don't get it. Watch this. Furthermore, watch how she tells you, we've been trying to warn y'all. Watch this.
So they can implement it on everybody. And what y'all got to understand about this too, because a lot of people don't understand this about. I thought y'all would have understood after the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, but I think people forgot.
They supported Kyle Rittenhouse, homie. Boy, she don't know what the hell she talking about. You need to retire off of TikTok.
When you choose to buck against, will attack you, will dispose of you. That even includes if you're. If you are, that's why I always say I like people who other white people can't stand. Because when you are white and you decide to buck against a system of this will say, oh, you're expendable. Look at what
you don't think Karen number 557 knows that? You don't think Becky number 680 isn't aware of that? And the only bucking against the system are the ones who buck against the system, and they get buck, bang, 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 pap, 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 pow, pow, blow. And they understand that, so they don't need you to tell them.
what they did to all the abolitionists. Look at what they used to do to white people who would be at civil rights marches.
I need white people to understand something. I've been seeing a lot of them saying, well, how come there's not more people in the streets? How come more people aren't rioting? How come this and that and whatever? It's because y'all are waiting for Black people to do it. And Black people are staying home. They're staying safe, as they should. Also, y'all people made it okay for ICE to racially profile Latinos, right? And American citizens are getting detained. One was, right? A American citizen was yesterday. What people need to understand is everything that is happening in America right now that you guys do not like, this is your fight. Black people have done enough, and you guys have gotten too comfortable with using them as human shields because you want them to be at the forefront.
Stop, fam. Y'all notice that they're using our talking points, but they're putting a Democratic spin on it. Did you ever hear people like this talk like this before the grassroots and delineation? Did you ever hear this before, fam? They're trying to use what we say. When we say, man, we ain't getting involved in none of that. See, they're saying it, but they're saying it with a Democratic sticker on it. All right? Because they want to make it look like our natural, organic, grassroots energy is coming from the Democratic plantation. All right? These are all Democrats. All three of these people are Democrats. That last person that was talking a second ago, this one right here, this fool, she don't know nothing about the system of supremacy. How do I know? Because she's still explaining. You're explaining, homegirl. You're explaining to him, which lets me know that you're still just a minion of the system of supremacy. And this individual right here, who I don't think is Black, who I believe is a Latino, she's trying to talk like she's coming from the grassroots because she thinks FBA is going to go get involved. No, we're not. And if you thought that was bad, wait until you see this next individual. Woo! Let's see what Big Bertha got to say. And I guarantee she already bucking the eyes. I ain't even hit play. How the hell you bucking your eyes? I ain't even hit play yet. Damn, hold the bucking down.
You know, the problem.
Black women told y'all this was going to happen. 92% of Black women, 78% of Black men told y'all this was going to happen. You have this regime stealing people. Now they stealing countries. Now they citizens. Well, they've been doing that, especially Black ones. But anyway, we told y'all this was going to happen. The sad part is it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse until Americans get sick and tired.
Stop. Okay, I can't. I can't do it. Nope, I can't do it. Ain't gonna do it. Listen. Listen to this one, family. Boy. Didn't I tell y'all that was some Democrats? Didn't I tell you it was some damn Democrats? And then here she go with the 92%ers. Y'all remember after the election when they were kind of kicking like a Democratic delineation? Family, shout out. And I know I got some older people in here. Shout out to the family. Let me say this real quick. Don't use the term "we're resting." Do not use that term. I hear some people say Black Americans, we resting. No. We use the term stand down and not our fight. That go ahead and encompasses everything we're doing. Don't say we're resting. I seen a couple people saying that, and that's cool, but just know your language has to be a little tighter. We're resting. That comes from the Democrats. That's the 92%ers. Oh, we resting. We not doing nothing. Black Americans are doing a hell of a lot of things. We ain't resting. Let me make that clear, okay? We ain't doing no damn resting. Resting sounds like a wimp. It sounds like you're tired. We ain't tired, fam. We got more energy than a little bit, okay? We can do this for 15 rounds, all right? We here. We going faster and faster and further. We ain't resting because guess what? You start saying that you're resting, next thing you know, it's going to be we resting for reparations and we resting for an anti-Black American hate crime law. Resting ain't got no place in this movement from the grassroots. The grassroots never rest. He who believes in freedom shall not rest. We don't rest. That's coming from the Democrats. What ended up happening is when Kamala Harris got her ass mollywopped during the election, the Democrats were upset because a lot of people of color voted for Trump. That was Civil War number 589. You had the liberals who were mad at some of the people of color. So they said, we resting. Remember Joy Reid was pulling that stuff. Remember Joy Reid? Joy Reid was like, oh, we're resting. They're not resting because they're out here fighting for reparations. They're not resting because Black Americans don't get nothing. They're not out here resting because we're on the front line. They're resting because they're having a damn tantrum that Kamala Harris got her ass whooped. All right. And it's making it sound like it's us. Always be cautious of two things that sound alike, but ain't got the same agenda. All right. You got to always remember that two people can do the same thing for two different reasons. Y'all know I'm always stressing that. You had a person at a civil rights march that was literally marching for Black empowerment and was willing to put their life on the line. Right next to him was somebody at the same rally marching with him. But he was there for white women in Walmart. You understand? White women, walnut and white women, Walmart and white nuts. That's what they were there for. I'm sorry, I had to. There was a hell of a lot of Skittles bags back then too. But you see, what I'm saying? They were all there for two different reasons. So we don't use the term we're resting. No, that's a Democratic term. All right. You got to be cautious because they're going to start feeding you delineation with a Democratic twist on it, which ain't delineation. They're going to start selling you certified with a Democratic twist on it, which ain't certified. They're going to start selling you all these things that are not from us, but it looks like us. That's what they want to do the most. How do I hijack Black American grassroots talking points without being exposed as a Democratic decoy? You end up getting things like that right there. And you could tell that they're all part of the Democratic shield because why? They're sitting there talking about white folks. Y'all gonna learn, family. One thing about the grassroots, let me tell you what separates the counterfeits from the certifieds. Counterfeits are still explaining. Let me ask y'all, are y'all explaining your condition to white folks? Do y'all do that? In 2026, are you still saying, if they get us, they gonna get you? No, listen to me. I'm upset as a Black person because you don't like my skin. Y'all remember all of that? How many of y'all remember that? That's that Black Lives Matter stuff. I'm telling you, spotting the decoy is easy as hell. That's that Black Lives Matter stuff. Remember all that extra explaining stuff they were doing? Y'all ever notice? Come to a foundational Black American grassroots event. Come to the rally for reparations. There weren't no damn explainers in that crowd. Hell no. I'm talking about the babies weren't explaining. The grandparents weren't explaining. And anybody in between weren't explaining. I'm FBA and I say so. Give me my goddamn money. Remember, y'all, our slogan is cut the check. That is point blank bottom line. We got more of an aggressive in your damn face. We ain't out here playing with your ass energy. They got more. We're going to explain to white folks for the next 300 years. That's really what it is. Because deep down inside, they be loving them hoes. and they want them hoes to love them. So they out there saying, please, please, please understand my condition. Newsflash, they know your condition because they created your condition. And they're never going to change knowing your condition. So it's to the point now, they just got your ass in a rat race going around and around in circles. Y'all see the difference between all them ops and broke down bootleg ass organizations like Black Lives Matter and any Democratic affiliated organization. They ain't nothing but a bunch of counterfeit bums who are continuously explaining their position. Now you see over here on the certified side, we more brash, more bold, straight to the facts, straight to the point, letting it be known off rip. We bout what we bout. Our agenda's our agenda. Nobody included. Black first, black always, black only. You see that? So the apologetic Negroes are going to come out and use those terms, and they're going to try to spin it. So no, we're not using those. Shout out to everybody out there who got their verbiage on point, because remember, y'all, the verbiage game has been one of the main factors and key components that's been whooping these people down the block. It's been the verbiage. They can't really get around our verbiage. Our verbiage is airtight. I mean airtight. You can't remix our terms. You can't spin our terms. You can't come up with something different, because if you could and they could, they would, but they can't, so they ain't. That's the bottom line to everything that we're pushing. Let me tell y'all this as well as we break all this down. There's another factor and another key component to all of this that's going on that quite frankly does not involve foundational Black Americans for the umpteenth time. And I'm loving it, because this is why we're in the absolutely cash only, all damn day long, straight cash. Here we go. Look at this. They sent out another person of color, AOC. And I want y'all to see how AOC is out there doing that same splaining that we were talking about. Watch AOC, family. And she's basically doing what I was saying earlier, letting everybody know, basically, there's no rules for immigration.
I understand that Vice President Vance believes that shooting a young mother of 3 in the face 3 times is an acceptable America that he wants to live in, and I do not. And that is a fundamental difference between Vice President Vance and I. I do not believe that the American people should be assassinated in the street. Thank you. I understand that Vice President.
American people should not be assassinated in the street. But family, I've never heard her say a damn thing when it came to Black Americans when that same thing happens to us. I never seen her one time say anything about Black Americans when it goes down with us. But now you see all this newfound energy. See, you know what bigotry and being a hypocrite looks like. You understand it. We don't got to figure none of this out. We know exactly what these people are doing, because they do this all the time, especially when Black Americans are involved. So no. We know what they're up to. We see what they're trying. We understand the game they playing. We just ain't going for it. So they can go ahead and shut all that down. One more time. Watch her out there, very to the point when it comes to illegals.
I understand that Vice President Vance believes that shooting a young mother of 3 in the face 3 times is an acceptable America that he wants to live in, and I do not. And that is a fundamental difference between Vice President Vance and I. I do not believe that the American people should be assassinated in the street. Thank you. Vice President, I understand.
George Floyd literally assassinated in the streets. Yep. What about Ahmaud Arbery? Literally in the streets. Yep. Didn't see you say anything for them, but yet you got all this energy for illegals. We got to remember, y'all, as we go through this, you're talking about illegals. We're not talking about people who are actually citizens of America. The Democrats love them some illegals, straight up and down. And this is why they don't like the fact that FBA has delineated, because before delineation, they could treat us just like the illegals, but they wouldn't give us any type of energy that they give the illegals. So it left you in a position where you're basically nowhere. Delineation is powerful. Delineation has shut all of that down, and delineation has put them in a position where they don't know what's next. Hell, they couldn't find out what's next, even if they were searching for it, family. Even if they were searching for what's next, it'd be something. But let me tell you something that's crazy, right? Karma's crazy. We just passed the anniversary of January 6th. Y'all remember this situation right there? Ain't that crazy, fam? Look at this situation, and this is going around on social media right here. Y'all see this? That lady right there on the left, that was that lady who tried to break in to the state capitol. And what they end up doing with her, fam? A little pat, rat-a-tat-tat. And I ain't talking about the brat. And then you see the lady right there who tried to hit the officer. What ended up happening to her? A little pat, rat-a-tat-tat. Damn. So you got a hell of a lot of this energy coming from that particular community. And family, it was damn near verbatim on the anniversary. So who's the real criminals here? If you want to find criminality in the United States of America, you're looking at it. It ain't my partner who's in the projects, who's a good brother, who put in work to provide for his family and make a way out. No, he's a success story. It ain't the sister who's on the grind, got to flip 2 jobs to get paid. No, she's a success story. But when you look at this right here, you're dealing with 2 people who not only participated in criminal activity, you're dealing with 2 people who directed that criminal activity towards federal agents. The one on the left, a trespasser into a federal building. Family, you can't even speed past a federal building. The other person thought it was a great idea to get in a car, put her foot on the pedal, and go right towards a federal agent. So what we're doing now, my good foundational Black American brothers and sisters, we are highlighting what the truth is in America. We putting the real face of criminality in America. We're letting America see what we've already known. See, we ain't them damn decoy Democratic bums that are out here trying to make excuses, trying to explain, trying to get their position heard. No, we telling you what it is. And what it is clear. Those 2 women have participated in worse crimes than a whole project complex in the middle of Chicago. So while you're running around here and you keep saying, what about Chicago? I'm going to say, what about Mayo? I rest my damn case. But we ain't done. Check this out even further, fam. Remember how I told you that Black Lives Matter is in a full swing right now, trying to gain some type of relevance, but FBA, bam, slapping that stuff away. We giving them that backhand. PIMP, we laying down the smack. Did y'all see the video that came out with the guy, and he's standing outside right there at those ICE protests, and he's screaming all these crazy obscenities, and then they ask him, what color are you? And he said, I'm black. And this dude clearly is either Mr. Chicano or this man is Mr. Mayo, but he ain't black. Let me tell you again how desperate these individuals are. Look at this. This right here is what I'm talking about. These individuals are now trying to do a decoy of tying themselves into us by saying they're black. Watch this. That's Mrs. Mayo following the police.
Get the out of our town! Get out of our town! Get out of here! Go! Ice! There's ice on the streets!
To protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. That's true. The police are supposed to be on our side, fighting, pointing their gun at the government. It's the facts. It's not for hunting. It's not for self-defense. It's to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. It don't get no worse than this. It don't.
Yep.
What the
I know.
Watch this guy. He's about to say he's black. He's about to say he a black man.
What the I have a little baby. I have a little baby, man. And it's like I had to adopt her to protect her from this. You put a baby to my head. You put a in my baby's head. I'm gonna hurt somebody. That's what they're doing to us. I'm not Hispanic. I'm black. I just be sitting home smoking my weed, enjoying my money. I'm not Hispanic. I'm black. I'm not Hispanic. I'm black. I'm black. I just be sitting home smoking my weed, enjoying my money. But I'll about this.
Where? Who? When? You ain't no black man. You see what I'm saying, fam? Look at the cameras behind him. Look at the whole camera in the back. This is exactly what I said went down in Ferguson. Brothers and sisters standing on business. Then all these strange decoys start popping up. Same way you seen them women in Minnesota talking about burning things down again. All these strange people ain't nobody heard of, no platform, no followers. We're in the social media age, and none of these people got a following. My niece got a following on social media, but this guy, never heard of him, never seen him, and he's saying he's black. Why? It's because when he goes and does everything he's saying he's going to do, they can pin it on a black person. That's why Certified Black Society, Foundational Black Americans, is delineating and laying the smackdown on all of these chumps. Proceed.
I'm not Hispanic. I'm black. I just be sitting home smoking my weed, enjoying my money. I'm not Hispanic. I'm black. I'm not Hispanic. I'm black. I'm black. I just be sitting home smoking my weed, enjoying my money. But I don't about this shit. I don't have no quality of life left. If you think you do, you're nuts. We don't have no quality of life left. My wife is a documented. She has her work permit. It's legit. She won't go to work because they'll take her still.
His wife is an illegal. There you go, black people of America. You knew it was coming. This man is a W married to a Latino who is pretending to be black, leaving whiteness out of all of this because when he goes and does something crazy, they can get away scot-free and the blame will come down on everybody other than. You knew it was coming. If you let them talk, they're going to expose themselves.
They're taking people that have documents. They're taking kids. They're doing all, you guys, this is where the world ends. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. They go snatch the president of Venezuela, but our president is a offender. Yeah. Why are we not?
Stop. Before I get to Pedro Romero, I'm going to bring it all the way back home. You see what we're talking about, y'all? You see, right? Man, that was littered with op. That was littered with op. This is what I'm telling you. Fam, nothing will ever go on in America without people trying to bamboozle, insert us, and to harm us. Don't ever think there will be a political situation that occurs in the United States of America within these borders that doesn't somehow have people trying to play us inside of it. What our job is to do what we're doing now. Delineate, regulate, and separate. That is the key to all of this. Fam, it doesn't matter. There could be a civil war. They're going to try to tie black folks into it. There could be Black Lives Matter. It could be a political situation. It could be turmoil, conflict, degeneracy. They will always try to say, well, black folks as well. What about black? Like somebody said in the chat, ain't no black person in there. We're the only people in the world where ain't none of us there. Fam, just think about it. The Charlie Kirk situation, all W's. They try to tie us into that. Yep. This situation with the ICE shooting, it's the same situation. All W. Hell, the snow was white. Fam, there wasn't blackness anywhere. The only damn thing that these people know how to do is point to black folks. You got a white woman, a white ICE agent, and you have white snow, and somehow they out there talking about, I'm black. And notice he said, I'm smoking my weed. All right, what's up, dog? You feel what I'm saying? You see all the plays that these individuals try to do, man, but nah, it don't go nowhere. It don't go nowhere because that's what they're up to. And we have deciphered it, figured it all out. So therefore, none of that stuff goes anywhere. They all have to deal with it. That's just what we're doing, y'all. Delineation is a powerful thing. And y'all know this dude, this is an actor guy. Watch him right here. He's out there. He one of them, I want to stay here in America people. Okay? He wants to stay. He don't want to go. So watch what he's saying.
Hey guys, how you doing? I want to make a statement about what happened today in Minnesota. I'd like to say my condolences to the family. These ICE idiots are out of control. And this should never happen. And people, we need to speak up. We need to step up. This can't continue this way. Innocent people are being. How many people have in custody already? This is out of hand. This is mayhem. It's not America. You know, this is a bunch of unlawful idiots trying to make laws that don't work, and they lie and they lie and they lie. When are we going to get tired of the lying, people? When are we going to get tired of all this lying?
Stop. Y'all code in the chat. Somebody said face card declined. I can't with y'all. Okay, I can't with y'all. What's dude's name? Is it Luis Guzman? Is that his name? Okay, I know him from all the damn movies, man. I just don't know his name. Okay, all right. Laris, let me tell you something. Where is John Leguizamo Ho? Where's John Leguizamo Ho? He talked about Juan Crow. Perfect. It's a Juan Crow situation. He should be on the front line. You should see him everywhere. Where are all of the Latinos? Have y'all noticed? He's the only one saying something. But I'm going to be honest with you. He's saying it more because he wants to get in good favor with the W liberals. Notice he started that off by saying this was wrong what happened to that W woman. You got two different logics here. You got the one logic who says, well, if I come out there and I defend that liberal woman, I'm going to get all the liberals on my team. Then you got the other person who says, if I throw that liberal woman under the bus, I'm going to get the conservatives on the team. I told you, whenever the House of Mayo is feuding and fighting, all of their puppets start trying to find which one they're going to stay with. Immigrants in America are like a child in a divorce whenever white people fight. Anytime there's an internal white conflict, immigrants and migrants behave like children caught in a custody battle. That's what they do. So much uncertainty, so much fear. Some want to run to the Republican side. They feel it's safer. Some want to run to the Democrat side. They feel it's safer. He's trying to run to the liberal side. But the reason why you don't see John Leguizamo Ho is because John Leguizamo Ho, he's sitting back and saying, I ain't going to get involved in this. See, it's one thing when you start talking about deportation. It's another thing when you start talking about ICE. It's another thing when there's a body in the street. Oh, they get scared then. Oh, they don't want to see mommy on the floor. You got to remember, y'all, to Latinos, that Renee Good woman who was unalive, that's mommy to them. In the ICE agent, he's daddy to them. So mommy and daddy are having a very, very heated battle right now. So it's safe that John Leguizamo goes upstairs and he gets underneath his bed or goes and hide in the closet. Fam, a lot of Latinos are in the closet right now hiding. Think about it, though. Think about this, fam. This summer, during all of the ICE protests, boy, you couldn't get them off TikTok, could you? They was on TikTok every day. They was making videos. They was like, Black Americans, come help us. We march with you guys. How come they ain't in the streets right now? I don't see Latinos out there, fam. Remember, this was all about them. Remember, Megan or Renee or whatever her name, she was out there and she was fighting for who? The Latinos. So why aren't Latinos out there? The Latinos are very quiet right now. Their presence is not really being heard because they're afraid, because mommy and daddy just had a conflict, and apparently daddy done had too much damn malt liquor and he done knocked mommy down the stairs. And in this case, he done hit mommy in that car. So all the Latinos went upstairs and they done hid underneath that bed and they in the closet and they got that blanket over their face and they saying, I ain't coming out till this is over with. That's why there's such a deafening silence right now. And then, by the way, did you ever hear any of the Latinos come out and defend the Somalis? You didn't see that, did you? You didn't see none of the Latinos come out and defend their fellow immigrant family, the Somalis. You didn't really see Nigerians do it either. Notice that all of the Latinos, all of the Arabs, all of the Africans, the Jamaicans, and the Haitians, y'all notice they said Somali, y'all on your own. We don't want nothing to do with that fraud. Y'all notice that? Exactly. So everybody's quiet right now. And they're doing the same exact thing they did anytime Black Americans do something. They're sitting it out. They're sitting it out right now, but they're sitting it out of fear. They're sitting it out of being petrified, because the last thing they want to do is go pick sides with the liberals. And Donald Trump notices, and he gonna come. Donald Trump petty. Donald Trump gonna say, Julio, didn't I see you supporting Renee Good? Julio, didn't I see you supporting Joe Biden? I'm gonna remember that. And then they're gonna be stuck in a situation they ain't gonna have nowhere to go. So they said it's best that we just get quiet. Notice, fam, the moocher inside of a lot of these immigrant groups, you see come out whenever there is an internal conflict amongst Mayo and Miracle Whip. The same people get ultra quiet, man. I mean, they get quiet as hell. You don't see them say anything. They just hush, hush, because they know damn well these things are going to turn out good. And speaking of things that ain't going to turn out good, let me tell y'all this and show y'all this as well. This right here is another thing. You're absolutely right, my sister. Illegal is a crime. That's the thing in America, boy. They done made it to the point where illegal ain't even a crime. They make it look like illegal's legal. There's no rules with immigration in America no more. So, family, only thing I can think of, and mark this down, when there's no rules and we don't have a definitive answer on who's illegal, who's not, who can get arrested, who can't, who can get apprehended, who can get deported. Can you run up on agents? Can you hit agents with cars? Whenever that becomes murky and blurred lines and nobody knows what the law is no more, there's only one answer to how that ends up turning out. There's only one outcome. There's going to be more people that get unalived and laid out in the street. And you look at the protests going on in America right now, they're filled with unlawful degeneracy. Folks are knocking on buildings telling ICE agents to come out. So when they come out, what you going to do? Come out for what? Are you going to come out and dance? You going to come out and hug? Because the things that they're saying doesn't look like they're out there having a good time. So the inflammatory rhetoric has only garnered up and gotten bigger. Y'all remember, we had a broadcast on a Tuesday night where we were sitting here talking about Black Americans stay the hell out of politics. I said it directly. I said, Black folks, somebody gonna get hurt. Stay your black, you know what, out of the political atmosphere because everybody's crazy. Family, less than 24 hours after I said that, Charlie Kirk ended up getting hit. And I'm telling you guys again, stay the hell out of politics because now you got the Charlie Kirk situation, but you got millions of more people. You got illegals who say, I ain't going home. The Democrats told me I can stay. You got Donald Trump and MAGA saying, hell no, you going home one way or another. And Black folks over here like this. Watch this stuff, fam. These individuals are out here talking. This is in Portland. Yee, goodness gracious, look at this guy. This is in Portland, y'all. Do you think the dominant white society is going to tolerate this type of back talk from a guy who looks like this and sounds like this?
Let me say to this federal agencies and ICE, this is Oregon. We do not need you. You're not welcome. And you need to get the hell out of our community.
Fam, this guy can barely speak. I'm just going to tell you right now, the rednecks where I'm from ain't going for this. I'm going to tell you that now. If you think for 1 second, I don't care if it ain't even got to be the rednecks where I'm from. It could be anywhere. Y'all think that message is going to get delivered good with the dominant society? No.
Let me say to this federal agencies and ICE.
This guy can't even get it out. Let me say to this. To who?
Let me say to this federal agencies and ICE. This is Oregon. We do not need you. You're not welcome. And you need to get the hell out of our community.
Ain't nobody even clap. Look. Hey, look at the W's behind him. Fam, don't you ever fall for this W is on your team tuck. Look at this, fam. Look at this W right here. Look at this woman right here. And listen to the two people that clapped.
Out of our community. Get the hell out of our community. Get the hell out of our community.
I can't make it any more clear that them people don't give a damn. I can't make it more clear. They don't give a damn. They like, man, what? What you talking? See, let me tell you. Notice the look of shame. Did y'all see the look of shame on the face of the W's behind it? Let's go there, fam. We've been breaking it down. Y'all know, let me tell you something, okay? We do a lot of regulating. We do a lot of roasting. But like I tell everybody, we do it all on the Black Alpha Network. How you want to play the game? You want to start talking about the structural system of supremacy? You want to talk about the ins and outs and how it maneuvers and how foundational Black Americans get around that based on our wherewithal? We're going to talk about it here. In the system of supremacy, I'm going to tell you this right now. Them two W's in the back, notice one person had his head down and the other person had on a frown face. They were sending a signal to the other supremacists that they don't really rock with this guy. This is just a political move because they understand that their fellow supremacists, brother and sister-in-law, their supremacist relatives are going to watch that and they're going to say, why the hell was you in that video? Why was you sitting there smiling? Why was you sitting there letting him say that? When you see somebody like him, who looks like maybe a Somalian dude, I don't know. That guy looks like, I don't know where he's from. He looks like a brown immigrant. And he says, get the hell out of our community. You're not welcome. Let me tell you how the system of supremacy translates that. The system of supremacy only hears this. I'm a W, and this brown immigrant is telling me to leave my country. Hell no, it ain't going down like that. That right there will piss off more supremacist than anything Black Americans ever done. Anything. Because they're going to look at Black Americans and be like, Black Americans stand on business. Black Americans fight back. Remember, people can say whatever they want. They may not like Black folks, but they will respect us because we stand on business. They don't want to see nobody they deem as a foreigner and a moocher telling them to leave. Basically, he just told W's get out. ICE is a W organization. That man just told W's get the hell out of America. Oh, they ain't accepting that. They ain't accept, fam. I'm gonna tell you right now, it don't take rocket science to understand the system of supremacy. Okay, you got people who kind of think they know, and then you got people who are true to life regulators and true to life pillars and true to life professors at this and analysts. I know that ain't never gonna sit well. And it also goes right into what they've been saying about these people coming into America, thieving off of them, and these people wanting to run them out. There's a lot of these people who are coming out making these damn videos, and they're saying a hell of a lot of things. Because you know one thing about the dominant society, they always see things from an aggressive standpoint. They always see things from an aggressive standpoint. One of the aggressive standpoints in which they see things, they view everybody who immigrates to America, they view those individuals as invaders. That's how they view them, okay? They also view everybody who comes here as someone who's trying to indoctrinate them with their religion. This is how they view things. And they view that guy right there as the same way. How many of you guys seen this video right here? And this video tells everybody it ain't going to go too good. Think about what you just saw, tie it into what you're about to see, and then tell me your answer. Watch this right here, my good brothers and sisters. This man says Islam is going to take over America.
So it's coming to America. Islam's coming to America? Yes, it's coming. Wait, is it going to be one day America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country. Tell it Trump. That's never going to happen. Yes, it will happen. God is powerful. God is powerful. Is that what everybody wants? That's one thing. Our goal is to make America Islam. Islamic state. Yes. God is powerful. It's never going to happen. You control the hearts of Americans. God guides whom He wills. Over my dead body will just become an Islamic. يريدون ليطفئوا نور الله بأفواههم والله متم نوره ولو كره الكافرون. It's coming to America. Islam's coming to America? Yes, it's coming. Wait, is it going to be one day America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country. Tell it Trump. That's never going to happen. Yes, it will happen. God is powerful. God is powerful. Is that what everybody wants? That's one thing. Our goal is to make America Islam. Islamic state. Yes. God is powerful. It's never going to happen. You control the hearts of Americans. God guides whom He wills. Over my dead body will just become an Islamic. يريدون ليطفئوا نور الله بأفواههم.
He broke out and started singing. He done broke out a song, man. That man said, what? Man, hey, I'm just telling you, go ahead. Go ahead. Fine. Have at it. You're going to have a great time. Go ahead and convince that's what's going to go down. You got to understand that the dominant society is already saying that. We ain't having no damn Sharia law up in here. I'm going to tell you the next step, family. I'm telling you right now. And I already heard little buzzings in the street from some of the people I'm plugged in with. I'm already hearing buzzings in the street, family, that a lot of people from the South are on their way to Minnesota so they can go get involved in those protests. I'm also hearing, and we know for a fact, we've confirmed that here on the Black Alpha Network, that a lot of the bikers are already in Dearborn, Michigan. So what you're going to start to see now is a lot of vigilante thing. I believe the next step in a lot of this, brothers and sisters, is going to be the vigilante aspect. That's the next step. And we've already displayed and presented a lot of videos showing that the vigilantes are already gearing up to get involved. What you've seen already now is a state organization, a federal organization involved in a conflict that resulted in an unaliving. That's what happened in Minnesota with the ICE agent and the Renee Good lady. Now I believe the next step is going to be one of these rednecks, one of these hillbillies, one of these Mayos, one of these Miracle Whips, and I believe that they're going to be involved in some type of vigilante attack. You got to remember, y'all, we deal with vigilante attacks all the time, okay? We've all seen them before. That's what happened. What do you call what happened in Charleston, South Carolina? What do you call what happened in Jacksonville, Florida? These are that all the time. But now what you're going to see is you're going to have these people that are just going to start pulling up on these folks. That situation I just showed you right there, that situation right there could have easily turned into some vigilante stuff. Trust me. That's going to be the next play. We're going to all be sitting here talking about it. I'll probably go on a whole spiel on how y'all the best chat in the world, and this is the best channel, and we always right, and we got all the receipts. Trust me, fam, that is all going to happen. And we're going to be sitting here, and we're going to be talking about how we all called it, all of us right here. And that's going to be the next step, and you're going to hear a story. It's going to be, I don't know, you pick the place, right? We'll say Indiana, and they're going to say Vigilante W ran up on a bunch of illegals. and conflict ensued. Yep, that's what you're going to see because, fam, it's real in the field. And it's so real in the field. And we're the only ones really operating with a good posture. And we're the only ones really calling it for what it is. And that's kind of how it's always been, right? Haven't we always been the only ones? Damn right we are. Let me tell y'all and show y'all something even further, though, as we proceed. Yes, all one big movie. All one big movie. Absolutely. And we got a front row seat. Hey, you ain't lying. Hold up. Wait a minute. You ain't lying. It's all one big movie. And there they go right there. That's foundational Black Americans in the process of all of this. One big movie. But we understand the way that this movie operates because we've seen this movie before. And when I tell everybody we've seen this movie before, I want to direct you to the screen. And I want you guys to see what I'm about to show you. And this is what happens in the system of supremacy whenever there is an internal conflict amongst two members of the supremacist family. Because remember, y'all, they don't have to know each other. They don't have to like each other. They're all supremacist relatives, all right? They're all supremacist relatives, and they all operate in the team of supremacy together collectively. That's how you maintain it for so long. You don't maintain supremacy if 20% of people are doing it. What you're dealing with when you start talking about the system of supremacy in the dominant society, the dominant W society, what you're dealing with is 99.9% of them are culprits in the system of supremacy. You can't maintain something for hundreds of years if only 25% of people are doing it. The same way I told you that they avoid the term culture, that's the same way they avoid the team supremacist aspect, because the team supremacist aspect makes it look like, oh, only 5 of us are doing it. No, I want y'all to look what happens though. That woman that you just seen that ended up getting unalived, she is no different than this guy right on here. Look at this guy right here, family. I want all of y'all to see this. Everybody always talks about the system of supremacy, and they see these individuals and these situations occur. And everybody always kind of wants to know, well, why did it happen? What ended up happening? This guy right here, for those who don't know, this is James Reba, okay? He was a minister. And he thought that it was a good idea for him to go march with Black Americans. And his life was tragically cut short by violence during the American Civil Rights Movement. Yep. He was deeply influenced by his commitment to social justice and faith. He served in America's army during World War II. He even got higher education, became a minister, and he focused on helping Black folks and marching with Black folks. Well, in his way of doing that, one night on March 9th, 1965, he was walking home with fellow ministers. And when he went to Walker's Cafe for dinner and they were planning to walk to Brown Chapel AME for a mass meeting, they were attacked near the Silver Moon Cafe by several men who recognized they weren't from the area. Reeb received the worst of the attack, getting hit in the head with a blunt object and knocked to the ground. The other 2 people were able to get to safety, aka they left him. His 2 friends dipped on him. His 2 friends got the hell out the way, and they ended up taking this man, and they unalived him. This was a W clergyman, and they let him go, and they got him the hell about the paint because he thought it was a good idea to march with Black folks. Remember, the system of supremacy, brothers and sisters, is a system that will always reprimand and punish those who don't play along. And when we talk about women in the system of supremacy, and we start talking about the lady that was just unalived recently in the system of supremacy, we talk about those women. We talk about that woman. Well, family, that wouldn't be the only time that this has happened, because remember, in the system of supremacy, the women can get it too. What about this woman right here, family? Viola Liuzzo, a mother of 5, unalived by the KKK after marching for civil rights. Damn. That's crazy, family. Well, on March 8th, the day before, old buddy, 1964, she decided to go to Selma. She joined marchers on Bloody Sunday and continued to work for the cause the days after. She was using her car to help people shuffle from the airport and decided to take civil rights worker Leroy Montone back to Montgomery. On the way back, a group of KKK members followed them for more than 20 miles. About halfway between Selma and Montgomery, a group of 4 men pulled up along the car, popped her, hitting her up instantly, while the other person escaped. So, family, you have 2 W's who thought it was a good idea to buck the system of supremacy. Both got followed, both got unalived, and both of their friends got the hell out of Dodge and left them hanging. So remember those 2 right there, family. It goes to show you what we've already known. In the system of supremacy, you're either a supremacist who's on code or your ass is in front of the barrel. Even in her case, if they got to follow you for 20 miles. That right there is the same exact thing that went on with this situation and this Renee Good person. She was out there marching and fighting for illegals so she can get votes, the same way that they were out there with black folks so they can get votes. Remember this, y'all. Now I'm going to say this, and people can say what it is. It is what it is. They were out there marching with black folks for their own political point of views and their own political gains. Remember this, y'all. W's only like you as far as your political beliefs are. Meaning, if your political beliefs can benefit them, they'll like you. If your political beliefs do not benefit them, they won't like you. The system of supremacy is not that complex. It's a very simple system, but you got to be certified to understand it. You got to be certified like Neely Fuller. You got to be certified like Kabahai Wata Kamene. You got to be certified like all my good brothers and sisters in the chat. You know what it is. Any W that you meet, they only like you based on your political affiliation. And I'm going to be honest with you. By the time they see you, they've already judged you and sized you up and started to sway on what you believe and what you think before they really accept you. See, all these black folks that run around and think, I'm a Democrat, I'm accepted. No, you're only tolerated because you're a Democrat. And they'll use you as far as they can, and then your ass got to go. All them folks out there talking about, I'm a Republican. I'm just going to flip spread, and they're going to flip your ass on your head as soon as they use you for as far as they can go. Your affiliation with that community only goes as far as you can benefit them. Outside of you benefiting them, they ain't got no use for you. They ain't got nothing for you. Can you put the ball in the basket? I'll accept you and tolerate you. Can you score touchdowns? I'll tolerate you. Will you vote blue no matter who? I'll tolerate you. Will you flip red? I'll tolerate you. Now you go and say, can you come out here and push for reparations? I ain't say that much now, Blackie. Can you give me an anti-black American hate crime bill? You hold on one damn minute now, darky. I ain't say all that. All you do is put that damn ball in that damn hoop. You shut up and dribble. You see what I'm talking about? So trust and believe. That woman, Renee Good, she was only fighting for illegals so she can get the vote so they can replace the black vote. That is as far as it was. She didn't love no Julio. You seen, she was with another W woman. She didn't love Julio at all. She loved what Julio can do for that damn vote, that damn ballot. They have a ballot relationship with you. They don't have an ethical or moral relationship with you. Understand that. We understand that. That's why we always win. If you're going to be in a system of supremacy, you might as well be an analyst who knows the ins and outs. That's the only way you can navigate through it, brothers and sisters. So if you look at that situation and you see the way it all played out, it's the same thing with the people in the civil rights era. They were trying to get black folks to do all the heavy lifting and all the bidding, and the W's didn't like it. But y'all notice the strange thing about that story, both of those stories, family? Notice that both of their friends jetted on them. You notice that? One thing about a black American, and you can look, during that damn time, that was the height of the lynching era. We didn't run. Fam, we don't just stand on our square when it comes to the United States of America. We stand on our square with our friends. Family, we ain't leaving our brother or sister if that situation pops off. Notice both of those people were two liberals who were trying to hustle black Americans for their own beneficial gain. The system of supremacy deemed that as a violation. They had to deal with immediate consequences and penalties, and they can get executed for it. And when the execution came, both of their friends left their ass and ran. You think all of these things all happen simultaneously, and you're not dealing with a culture, with a system that is deliberate focused, and absolutely direct on who's to play it, who can be in it, and who better not ever buck the system. This is why I tell you, they can be married, they can be divorced, but supremacy is a W's first love. They love supremacy before they love their mama. They love supremacy before they love their daddy. They love supremacy before they love their spouse. They love supremacy before and more than they love their kids. How do you know they love supremacy more than they love their children? Is because if one of their children bucks the system of supremacy, then damn it, their children are going to turn up just like that right there. Family, she'd take her kids out if her kids go against the system of supremacy. Trust me when I tell you that. You already know what it is. So when you see the fact that these individuals operate on that, absolutely. Yep, I see what you said in the chat. Let one of these people bring home some soul pole. You're going to find out how much they love supremacy more than their kids real quick. Trust me, kids done got cut off. Let me tell you something. There was this W lady I used to work with, and she had a mixed baby. And me being me, the agitator, I remember asking her, I said, how does your dad feel about your mixed baby? This is hilarious, by the way. I said, how does your dad feel about your mixed baby? And she was like, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm okay with my dad being racist. I said, oh, you okay with it? No, okay. She said, but when he started making those damn comments about my child is when I drew the line. I said, damn. I said, what did your dad say about your child? She said that her dad called her baby, which was like 6 months old, every damn slur in the book. Every slur in the book. This man was going in on his grandchild. And then I said, damn, what you gonna do about it? She said, well, I told him he's got one more damn time or I won't ever bring the baby around and he won't ever see his grandchild. And the dad said, who gives a damn? Bye. The dad said, I don't give a damn. Peace out. The dad went and packed her stuff and said, you just threatened me with a good time. She thought she was going to challenge him and be like, listen, if you say that about my baby one more time, I'm leaving. He said, good. I was waiting on you to leave. Family, what happened to Meghan Markle? Meghan Markle thought she was going to go over there. Family, did they kick out Meghan Markle? They kicked out her husband and they told the baby, get the hell out. So way the hell over in Buckingham Palace, they telling the damn half mixed breed baby, get the hell out. And then in the damn trailer park here in Georgia, they telling that damn baby to get out. Who they love more than supremacy? Nobody. Family is easy when you're out here and you're working and you're holding it down. Absolutely. I see right there, alligator bait. Yep, fam. That's how they feel. That trust me, that dude is willing to alligator bait that baby. He ain't give a at all. Same way they don't give a at all about these liberals. They don't give a damn about the conservatives. They don't give a damn about nothing other than maintaining the system of supremacy. And they got a harsh punishment for anybody who goes off code. The reason why you don't really see W's out there throwing a parade for that woman is because they deep down inside know that that woman violated the system of supremacy. And for that, she had to go. For that, she had to go. Basically, you were defending the minions of supremacy more than you defended the supremacist. You understand that? The minions of supremacy are the illegals that she fought for. The supremacist was the ICE agent. She decided that she was going to stick up for the minions over the actual supremacists. That ain't how the game goes. So she had to meet the same fate that the people met when they thought that they was going to march with black folks in the civil rights era. Nope, ain't happening. And by the way, let me say this as well. I'm going to tell y'all this, and y'all already know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and mark this down. Mark this down, family. Mark this down. That guy, I'm going to tell you both of them. Hold on, freeze. Let me pull that up. Okay, right. There they go. That guy, you ain't even going to see. Let me tell you this. I promise you, you're not going to see that ICE agent. They're not going to show his face. They're not going to show. I'm going to show you him right here. Here you go. This right here is the ICE guy. There you go, family. That guy right there, you're going to see for about another week. You're going to see for about another week. And I'm telling you right now, you ain't going to see him too much more after that. These photos will not be seen much longer. This woman right here, she's not going to be seen too much longer. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the criminality and the degeneracy of the W society is not to be put on the forefront. It is not to be highlighted or displayed. if it does happen to pop up in the news because a situation was just so big that it got covered in this era of social media, they'll make sure that they cancel that out in about a week. That woman, Renee Good, who was unalived by the ICE agent, you won't be seeing her pictures. You won't be seeing her story in about a week and a half. When was the last time you guys seen the photo of the guy who unalived Charlie Kirk? And did we not right here, Black Alpha Network, did we not all have a conversation where we told everybody you were only going to see his picture for about another week? Is everything that I'm saying right now that you only going to see her for another week and a half? Not the same exact thing I said about Tyler Robinson, who unalived Charlie Kirk? Did we not say that 3-4 months ago? And did it not come true? Well, damn it, if that came true, then this is going to come true. You ain't going to be seeing that woman much longer. They're going to sweep that under the rug. They're going to bury that one. Yep. This is another reason why they can't get off the ground. They out here trying to get black folks involved. We ain't getting involved. We laughing at them. We saying, nope, you should have complied. Nope, you shouldn't have resisted. And you damn sure shouldn't be attacking no damn agents. That's our position. We have a foundational Black American law-abiding citizen point of view of the whole situation. There's no friends. There's no enemies. There's no left. There's no right. All Black Americans are doing is taking the position of the law. You know, the same one they always try to use against us when they violate the law. Now go ahead and violate the law amongst yourselves. And since they can't get us involved, and now they're getting too spotlighted and highlighted and displayed, they're going to give this story about a week. Something else will probably end up happening across the planet Earth. And then all the news media and all the cameras are going to turn that way. And you won't even hear about her no more. The same way that you don't hear about them 2 W's that were unalived during Bloody Sunday. And there are only 2 that we talk about. I remember seeing stories of 3 W's that got found in grain mills because they decided to go march with black folks. You notice one thing, family? They don't ever highlight the W's that they punish that did march with black people. You notice that, family? They keep that quiet because if they highlight that, then somebody right here like us are going to step up and be like, well, ain't that something? That's how y'all treat people. So this is more than just an organization. This is a culture of supremacy. This is more than just a political party. This is a culture of supremacy. They don't like the fact that you use the term culture because, again, culture embellishes the truth and culture indicts the whole community. Remember that, family. You got 2 W's, those who are willing participants in the system of supremacy and all of its actions. And then you got the other person who is a willing culprit in all of those things, and he is complicit in supremacy. And culture, by definition, indicts the whole community. So all these games of it's classism, it's the Republicans, it's Trump, it's all of them. And they don't like the fact that all of us are so damn certified, we expose it every time. Family, when we expose people all the time, let me show y'all something else that we've been out here exposing. And exposing is so damn good in the hood. We know the way America functions because we created America. I tell that, all the time to everybody. It ain't no bones about it. It ain't no secret. We created America, so therefore we always have a head step in America and what's going to happen next in America. That's what we got. Everybody else right now is just living in our world, family, and these MFers better pay rent, okay? They can't get no mortgage, fam, because they can't keep the property, okay? But let me tell you what we know. We know that when people come here to this country, they got one thing in mind. How can I come up and how can I do it the quickest way? We also understand that when people come to this country and they can't come up and things don't go good for them, the first thing they start to do is crash out. And when I tell y'all these people start crashing out. Everybody, y'all look at Mr. Romero Amigo. Mr. Romero Amigo had a hell of a hard time trying not to crash out. But family, this is what happens when foundational Black Americans stand on our square and push our certified principle. We literally make people crash the hell out. Look at this. They out here crashing out in these streets. Julio done had too much tequila, and now his ass can't walk up.
Fuck you here, amigo. Nigga, you high? You all right? What the fuck? Nigga. I know, man. Your ass fucked up, nigga. Look what you did. Look, the police right here.
No. Hey, tell me.
It's okay. It's
I'm the fucking police.
the police. Tell the police I'm sorry, not me. No. Please, what? What the fuck are you trying to get out of here? You just crashing people's shit. Yeah, you better say you almost hit me. Shit. I got him from the stop. Damn. I ran to all the people sitting back here, man. He just fell out the truck. I got it on video. That's fucked up, man. Like, man. Yeah, he fell out the truck. He drunk. Man, he pissed, he drunk. He backed out and crashed. They done crashed everything.
Yeah, they done crashed everything. They done crashed out with deportation. They done crashed out with immigration. They done crashed out with getting arrested. And they gonna continue to crash out. Family, that's what America looks like right there when Black Americans ain't participating. That's what America looks like right there when Black Americans don't give a damn. That's what America looks like right there when everybody got a whole day on nuts. Mayo nuts, Miracle Whip nuts, burrito nuts, taco nuts, Jollof nuts. All of them got to get held because if not, they're going to be living in hell. And if that's how their America look, man, ours looks like paradise.
Ran to this shit. He did all this. And came out here and crashed this man's car. Damn. Man.
Welcome to the United States of America when you ain't got Black folks to steal from. It was cool trying to steal, but now you got to build, but you can't build, so you got to go. You see that right there, family? You see how we living, man? Y'all see how we living? We living real good. We living extra good. FBA's on good business, fam, and everybody understands that. I'm talking about all of us individually and collectively. I'm living good. You living good. We living good. They over there falling out. Dude done did a whole roll. Did y'all see, dude? He rolled out the damn vehicle. Let me show y'all that again. He rolled out the vehicle. He hurt bad. You know that hurt too. And he tried to apologize to the black dude. Black dude said, don't apologize to me. Apologize to the cops.
Damn! Damn! What the fuck you here, amigo? Damn! 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 What the fuck you here, amigo?
I can't even
Nigga, you high? You all right?
He contemplating life right now. He on bended knee. He on bended knee. He right there contemplating life. He like, how the hell did I get here? I thought I was in Tijuana. You about to be back in Tijuana, but you about to go to that jail cell first. Damn.
Damn! Damn! What the fuck you here, amigo? Nigga, you high? You all right? What the fuck? Nigga.
That man done got up and said, Merry Christmas. Happy New... No, he done got up and said, Happy 4th of July. Happy Valentine's Day. He don't know what day it is. Look at him. Screenshot that for me, family. He done got up and just said, Happy Valentine's Christmas Day. Happy New Year's Halloween. New Year's Day. He don't know where he is. He don't know who he is. Don't know what the date is, what the time. Fam, the lights are on, but ain't nobody home. You got to fix that damn homeland because you ain't home, Julio. Julio ain't Julio home.
I know, man. Your ass fucked up, nigga. Look what you did. Look, the police right here.
No. Hey, tell me.
The police is over there. Why are you talking to me? Fam, is this not exactly what we talk about? When you got a protest, you're talking to Black folks. A rally, you're talking to Black folks. You're getting deported, you're talking to Black folks. This man done crashed the damn truck, and he's still worried about Black folks. Is this not the state of affairs in the world? No matter what happened to you, no matter how bad it was, no matter if you rolled out the car, instead of worrying about yourself, the first thing you do is get up, look lost, dust yourself off, and say, Viva la, where the Black folks at? Black folks are good. Are you?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's the police. Tell the police you're sorry, not me. No. Please, what? What the fuck?
You trying to get him to snitch? No, tell the police it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Please, what? What the fuck you trying to get up out of here? Not me. No. Please, what? What the fuck you trying to get up out of here? You just crashing people's shit. Yeah, you better say you almost hit me. Shit. That's why I got in front of so he can stop. Damn. I ran to all them people sitting back here, man.
Damn.
He just fell out the truck. I got it on video.
And he ended up getting arrested. You did all of that crashing out, and now you're still going home. D-Zam. Got to love it. You got to love it. You got to love everything about it. You got to love every second. You got to feel the emotion, feel the energy, y'all. Life is not about living and having a great time and reflecting on it 20 years later. No, life is about absorbing all of the energy as it happens, okay? Feel the things that you're doing that creates the memories. Fam, we creating memories. We changing the world. This world belongs to us. Foundational Black Americans got everything on lock. It's got to be beautiful because it's all us certified all the damn time. And let me tell you something about being certified all the damn time. We separately break things down and we move things around and everybody eventually falls in a suit. I told you, it's already over with. We already won. They already lost. Apparently they're crashing out. No more vodka, no more tequila, only handcuffs. And for the other community, no more degeneracy, no more running over people. Just pap, go to jail, and everybody else got to follow suit. So you see what I mean when I say we run the yard. And when I tell y'all we run the yard, let me tell you something else. How many of you guys remember this? How many of y'all remember? Do you see the way the eras are changing, y'all? Do you see why we are so successful? Because you can compare it to everything before. You can look at American history, which is Black American sponsored because we run this thing. And then you can see why we're up and everybody else is down. And that's their own doing. Remember, we didn't pull you down, pull yourself down. And FBA, we're the ones who've been out here on the front line of it all. Look at what you see today, brothers and sisters. Go back to everything. I want y'all to go back to 2000. Y'all remember in 2000 whenever you brought up being grassroots and certified, a lot of people damn near would get mad at you. How many of y'all remember? I know we got some young folks. We got some older folks too. We got a little bit of everything, fam. We got the middle. We got the beginning, and the end ain't here yet. But trust and believe, family, there will never be one because we're going to live forever. How many of y'all remember back in the early 2000s when people get mad at you if you brought up being certified? How many of y'all remember when Obama got elected? When you call out Obama, people get mad. They be like, man, how you going to call Obama out? How many of y'all remember the Yes We Can era? I told y'all it was Yes We Can. That was Hell to the Gnaw. Hell to the Gnaws ran this thing, y'all. Y'all remember all of that? Now look at this right here where we are today. What are the things that ended up changing that ended up giving us this situation? What you see in America is a multitude of different groups going at it. You see civil war after civil war. There's an illegal invasion going on. There's people fighting over the illegals. You have a Republican Democrat Cold War, Civil War, where there's bodies in the street, and Black Americans are over here just doing good. I want y'all all to think about that. Go back to that time. You remember, y'all all remember. Fam, back then, Black folks was every which way. Black folks right now were doing this right here. So what did we do to put us in a position to succeed like this, brothers and sisters? I'm going to tell you what we did. We stood on business. We ended up getting all the ops out the way. We started to identify who wasn't like us. We started to shut down organizations and political parties. We essentially ran everybody who was not about us and certified FBA first out the way. All the fake activists gone. I want y'all to think about this. How many of y'all remember when Hidden Colors came out? How many of y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Hidden Colors came out? There were two things that were prominent in this era, okay? You had the Trayvon Martin situation where a lot of Black folks got in and we stood up. And around that same time as Hidden Colors popped off, right? A lot of these things ended up changing the discourse and the path of where we are. And I want us to celebrate who we are and what we're doing. You remember when Hidden Colors came out? Shout out to y'all, okay? Y'all remember it was Yes We Can. What about Black on Black crime? Reverse racism. Y'all remember all that? Every single thing that we cleaning up now black folks was doing to the maximum back then. They was people of coloring. They was black and browns. They was vote blue no matter who. They was we all black. They was scam African it up. None of that goes on right now. There's only one thing that's in full motion. That's the delineation movement and certified black society FBA lineage, right? So when all of that went down, and then we started to see Obama was about that BS, we got him out the way. The Trayvon Martin situation popped off. Then the Mike Brown situation popped off. I remember being with my brother and we were riding and we said, Mike Brown's one thing. We said the next one is going to be crazier. And that was the Freddie Gray situation. Let me tell you something. Shout out to Baltimore all day. If I'm not mistaken, them Freddie Gray protests, that was on like a Tuesday at lunchtime. Brothers and sisters took to the street. Let me tell you something. When you in the streets on a Tuesday during lunchtime, they ain't even wait to get out of school. Folks was leaving school to go out there. Family, that is ended up what happening. And then we ended up changing the game. So what happened right after that, family? You know exactly what went on. Hidden Color started to boom off. Then you start to see all these older activists. A lot of them had already retired. Dr. Claude Anderson, Takaba Hiawatha Kamenez, boom, an explosion of all them took off. Then as we kept going on around 2020, 2022, 2023, how many of you guys attended the first rally for reparations? How many of y'all? How many of y'all was at the first rally for reparations? If you were there, let me see you. If you were at the first rally for reparations, stand up, be accounted for, certified, salute. This is when things went on. I want you to look at this categorically. You have the yes, we can era, can't we all get along era, vote blue no matter who. And then something happened around the time Hidden Colors came out, and Trayvon Martin, and Mike Brown, and Freddie Gray, Sandra Bland, so many more things. Then a lightning struck, and everything started to change. Around this time now, family, brothers and sisters is getting on real FBA lineage, real certified Black American empowerment. And a lot of us started to change. And a lot of us started to go there. I see you, B More. You was there, certified all day. One love. Then things started to change, family. And then the first rally for reparations ended up popping off. And then now you're starting to see a new influx of new activists. We have our Dr. Claudes. We have our Kabas. Okay. We have all the other activists that really got highlighted in Hidden Colors films. Then you started to see the new wave of people. You start to see the new folks that were coming in. You start to see people like myself, people like my brother Marcel, a whole gang of new energy start to come. And slowly you quit seeing the ops, right? The ops slowly start disappearing. You didn't hear vote blue no matter who, right? That all started to go away. We weren't out there doing all these rallies and protests for nothing. Nobody was hijacking nothing we was doing. Then the game started to get taken over. Then everything started to change. Shout out, much love and respect to Tamir Rice. And then we start saying we ain't playing no more games. This is when the cultural shift started to happen. Remember before, Black folks were just saying racism. Oh, just racism. Remember W started saying, well, we're all racist. Then we started to use terms like white supremacy, which identifies the culprit. Notice whenever they bring us up, black, 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 they make sure they put black in whatever they're saying about us. So we start to say white supremacy directly. And those are terms that they came up with. This is when you started to see the shift. This is when you started to see the new activists. This is when there was new energy. Now you're moving into the foundational Black American lineage, the certified era, the Renaissance, the reparations generation, the lineation movement. Now all of that comes in, out with the bad energy, in with the new energy. Family, we all witnessed it. It's a hell of a wave. It's like if you understand technology, you have three waves of the internet. You have the internet when it was dial-up. Then you have the adventation of social media, and now we're living in an AI age. So in terms of technology, we're in a new era and renaissance. Same thing that's going on right now with all of us, family. There's a new energy going on. All that passive, nice, docile, explaining, gone, canceled, out the goddamn door. All of that, can't we get along? Let's forgive, we all black, gone, get the hell out the door. All that we all one, brother, people of color, black and brown coalition, gone, get the hell out the door. It's all about certified foundational Black Americans standing on certified foundational Black American business. And if you ain't certified foundational Black Americans, you cannot come up in here. Understand that. There's a hell of a lot of haters. There's a hell of a lot of people out there watching. But remember, y'all, when you a star, hate come along with it. There's always going to be two roles to play. It's going to be the winner and the loser. We the winners, they losing. They all watching us right now, family. And this is what we doing. Now, I got to say this all damn day long. I make this crystal clear. For all the people out there that always got something to say and they always hating on foundational Black Americans, just know one thing. Man, we paid. That's all I got to say. Can't see you little. The money in the way. Checkmate. Family, remember this right now. and lock this in. When I tell y'all that we certify foundational Black Americans, let me give y'all a little quote. I want y'all to finish this line for me. I'm going to go into the great DMX. I'm going to give y'all a line from a rap, and I want y'all to finish it. I'm not going to finish the line. I'm going to give y'all about 80% of this line, but I'm going to see who's certified up in here tonight. I'm going to see who will ride it tonight. So if I rap to you and I say, you're whack, you're twisted, your girl's a hoe, you're broke, your kid ain't yours, and everybody knows, your old man even tell you, you be like, so what's the final line to that, family? And I want to see it in the chat right now. Yep, you're whack, you're twisted, your girl's a hoe, you're broke, your kid ain't yours, and everybody know, your old man even tell you, you be like, so. Y'all finish that next line. I'm waiting for y'all to go ahead and type that in, and we're going to see foundational Black Americans in the building, and let's see if we can get it. Yep, I see y'all. I see you. I see you all damn day long. All damn day. Let's go, let's go, let's go. In the words of the great DMX family, I see you. Uh-huh. Yep. Boy, I love y'all. Damn, I love y'all. I love my baby. Boy, look at y'all. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. I can't even put them all up. I'm just going to grab a random one. Damn, the chat moving so fast. I can't even catch it. Damn. There they go. I love my baby mama. I'll never let her go. That's how all of these chumps are, family, when they hating on foundational Black Americans. They just hating. They can't let it go. They broke. They twisted. Them and they girls a hoe. And foundational Black American, we 10 toes down running the game. We ain't got to sit down. We ain't got to have a meeting. We ain't got to hate on nobody. We ain't got to give them any attention. They can be jealous over there on the corner. They can watch us while we on the main stage. They can sit down with their remote, turn on the TV, see our face here, turn the channel, face there. FBA, we everywhere. You can't run from greatness, and greatness is all in your face, family. And that's why you always watching us, and we can't see you. We see through you. Checkmate. There they go. I love y'all with a passion, family. I love y'all. I want y'all to have a great weekend. Certified salute. Notice, fam, they tell us we ain't got a culture. They tell us we ain't on the same page. Did I not just throw out some DMX, and did I get 100 of my family to finish the line for me? Come on. This ain't rehearsed, family. This ain't rehearsed. We put in work. This the real deal. We out here in the field. What I know, my brother know. What my brother know, my sister know. What she don't know, I know. What I don't know, she know. We all sit down. We all communicate. Family, FBA resides on the very top, on the throne, and it resides right here in your veins, family. We got that real ish because it's in our DNA, certified all the damn time. Black Alpha, certified salute. Boom. Love y'all with a passion, family. Let these people continue to fight. Mayo on burrito, on Brussels sprouts, but soul food always good, family, because we got all the spirit. Love y'all with a passion, man. I need y'all to enjoy your night. I need y'all to enjoy being correct. I need y'all to enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys back around. Number one activist, number one channel, number one chat, number one lineage. Straight like that. Certified salute. One love, y'all. Always remember, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, and no matter where you at, that foundational Black American is beautiful. And beautiful is always Black. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Free Huey.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.